Welcome to episode 1 of Eldritch Echoes, the creepiest talk show on Twitch. And fight me. We'll do it. This is the creepiest, spookiest talk show on Twitch. There, I said it. Eldritch Echoes, episode 1.
We talk all things from murder to D&D to games to flower fields.
Oh, I'm down.
I was trying to think of like the weirdest.
Hey, like I like flowers. Right? I like flowers. I like flowers. Flowers are nice. Oh yes, this is the first episode of the talk show podcast. Is this a talk show or podcast? Which one is it?
I mean, it's kind of both. I mean,
the talk show / podcast streaming thing.
Podcasts and talk shows the same thing.
I mean, kind of.
True. Yeah, that's true. We hold no scripts. This will probably be as freeform can get. It's scuffed to high hell and back already. But you know what? You can't be a streamer if you're not scuffed.
It will get better the further we go.
Yeah, this is literally debut episode 1.
Yes, this is the pilot episode.
The pilot episode. I'm gonna save these VODs. I'm gonna put them right in the collection so they don't go away.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
I will need someone to send me the bots.
I will send you the ones. I think I can. I'll hold them and then I can see if I can throw magic. Anyway, I am joined by my brother in sin, DevilMagicKK. I am also joined by Lemon and Nubs. I hope everyone's doing well. Should we do like a short intro? Everyone knows who I am. Sinners and mortals, hello. My name is Satan VA. The people are here, they all know who I am. The devil. Satan.
I mean, I'm the devil.
We are both the devil.
Oh no.
Also, I'm Satan and he's devil. Okay. Who wants to do their little short intro first so they know what's going on first and foremost?
I got self-fired mine off real quick. I'm DevilMagicKK on Twitch. Magic spelled with 2 extra K's at the end because, the one I wanted was taken.
You're extra.
It actually is taken. It's funny.
Also, DevilMagicKK on Twitter with only 1 K on the end because I got the name that I wanted. And I do random ass shit on Twitch for streams. I just screw around, play whatever I want. Usually do a lot of collabs. Lately been playing a lot of Valor. We do a lot more spooky stuff.
Also, it's really hard to do that when other people are going nuts in my ear.
Yo, also, I forgot that the clips would play, so that's very annoying. I'm trying to shout at everybody out, but I hope you all got that. DevilMagicKK, go follow him.
Well, get good clips then, at least.
I hope it did, actually. I really hope it did. Okay, who's next? No.
I really suck at introductions.
No, just give it your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be
you got this,
concise.
Go off, girly pop.
I was gonna say, did you tell them to give you some
very
coffee?
chaotic gremlin energy.
Should we
variety streamer.
send
The taco.
tacos?
Send
no.
tacos and maybe a donut.
I sent out for
later.
tacos.
Okay.
With Morse code, the tacos.
There we go.
Yeah, see?
I actually had like 2 days ago a video that recommended to me like
I would
learning
love to say
Morse
I'm
code
pretty
in minutes.
I'm not. I'm chaotic, but like in a kind, friendly way. I am Nubs__TV on Twitch. I have a TikTok and a Twitter, which I'm pretty sure is the same thing. I think. I don't know.
Well, one's more for shorts, the other one's for everything, I guess. It's fine.
Panicking.
You did great. You did fantastic. You
got there.
Alright. And last but not
Alright,
least.
Lemon. Saw you.
Oh god. Me next? Okay. So, I'm a lemon. That's what I'm known for.
The absolute best fucking lemon that exists.
I'm a lemon.
Yeah, I draw. I'm an artist. I've been drawing since I was 3 years old, and I haven't gotten good until like maybe yesterday. And
I second that.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, LemonsStone with 2 S's, a dot, in between the S's on Instagram, and I just recently made a YouTube, also called LemonsStone. You should check me out. But don't look at me. Don't perceive me at all. Just like look at my art and then be like, wow, that sucks, and then proceed with your day.
I love that I tried to put your name in Twitter and then immediately made it into a link. Okay, this
But
is.
you don't have actual shout-outs.
I do actually. But,
No,
are you?
don't do that.
Are you on Twitch, Lemon?
Oh, yeah. I'm also on Twitch. Also LemonsStone.
Oh,
I
there
forgot
you
about
go.
that. I don't
There
stream
we go.
much. Not gonna lie. But
Is there
yeah,
any?
you could find me.
Take a way to spell that.
Find me basically anywhere. What's up?
Oh, wait. I think I meant it.
Oh, okay.
No clip.
Yeah, I draw. I'm. Yeah, no clips.
All
I
right.
got nothing.
Okay, understandable. Well, that's everybody. Well, I guess there's one more, but I don't think they're here just yet.
I don't think Ryan's...
yeah, Ryan won't make it tonight. He's at Comic-Con this weekend, but he will be here for the next week's second episode. Obviously, because he is co-hosting with us. It's just unfortunate that the weekend that we started was also the weekend.
I mean, that's not unfortunate for him at all. He's enjoying himself.
No,
I'm
no,
sure.
not at all.
He's having
Yeah,
the
I
time
know.
of his fucking life, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's already been to the pub. He's great.
Yeah.
He's already down like 7 balls. He's fine.
I would be. Yep.
But anyway, that was the intro. That's everybody here. Anyone to make? We don't want to make any small talk before we get into it, or how's everyone doing? How's your week been? How is the days counting down to the podcast starting been affecting you? I know Devil's been literally shaking in his boots.
I've been nervous. I've genuinely been nervous, right? I mean, this is all of our baby. We've kind of been working our asses off putting this together, coming up with stuff, and I mean, I want it to go well. I believe it will. I think that we've had some pretty awesome personalities here. So.
I was really panicking this morning because obviously I wasn't able to do all of the research and stuff that I wanted to do. I was ill.
I helped you
and I
with
was
groundwork.
obviously I didn't perceive it to you guys, but like behind the screen I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna let everyone down, it's gonna flop because I've not been able to do this, like everyone was looking
Nah,
at me today.
it's fine. It only listen. It only flops if we let it die. Okay, if we keep going, we will get better as time goes on. This is not my first time doing a podcast, quote unquote. I've been doing one for about 3 months. Prior, well, not prior, like this, but a while ago. I would say last year. I did one with King and Kyo. We were doing an art podcast stream, quote unquote talk show.
For you now. Interesting.
Yeah, we tried to anyway, but then we got busy, and then it all kind of just left.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, hopefully this can become a consistent
Thanks
thing.
for the follow.
Oh, there's Ryan. Thank you for the follow, Ryan. Appreciate it. Everyone go follow Junkryan as well.
He's around.
Everyone go follow Junkryan on
making his rounds.
He's making
Thanks
his
for the
rounds.
follow.
Oh, there's another one. Wispy Ace, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome to hell. Hope you all enjoy your ever hot pizza and ever frozen ice cream.
Wispy is from mine Ryan's community, and Wispy is honestly an amazing person, probably one of the most supportive people you could have in your stream.
Ooh,
Wispy's great.
always use
Yeah.
most supportive
Love
people.
you,
we
Wispy.
all stand Wispy. Yeah, we all stand Wispy.
Oh god.
Wispy, you got people backing you up. You got good peeps backing you up. I'll let you in. You're good. You're good. Cerberus won't bite you.
Yeah. Wispy's a part of the inner circle.
There you go.
You're in the cool kid club now, Wispy. Look at that.
Yeah, Wispy, you're in the cool.
You made it all the way to hell.
Wait, cool? Why cool?
You're cool.
Yeah, you're cool.
Let's go!
I'm cool. Wispy secret places. I'm not cool with this shit.
Cool,
Yeah,
good.
Lemon's cool as hell.
Lemon's
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I don't. Absolutely.
Lemon
I make
makes
silly
them,
lines,
pretty-
and that is about all that amounts to.
No, see, Lemon made some pretty sick NSFW art of me and her. And
Oh, but we
Yeah, that's just
I
my
get-
thing. I just steal girlfriends. That's just how it works. I apologize in
Okay.
advance.
We stealing waifus? Excuse me?
I guarantee some DNA was spilled over that piece there.
I found out today that I'm apparently married as well. That was
really?
That was a bit of a shock. Yeah, it was like I was just chilling with a couple of other streamer friends, and one of their friends turned around and was just like, "Oh yeah, Nubs is my wife," and I was like,
Oh,
all right, okay.
Oh.
happily married.
They're like,
All right. It be like that. When it be like that, especially when it be like that.
Oh my.
they were like, "Oh, I was just telling them how amazing our wedding was," and I was just like, "Oh, yeah."
You have to love the reception and everything.
There we go.
Why the hell was I not there? How could you do that and not invite me?
What? Oh, dude.
Look, I wasn't even there at my own wedding. Let's be
Fair.
honest.
Okay, well, I guess I can forgive you.
Oh yeah, this is the just looking at the clip that's on the stream. We still have not managed to kill that thing yet.
Magdamalo, I think. I think that's what it was, huh?
No, that's
Horrifying.
one of the new ones.
Oh, that's from
It's,
Sunbreak?
that's Amatsu. Yeah.
Interesting. I have not played a lot of Monster Hunter Rise. It didn't click with me like Monster Hunter World did for some reason.
No, honestly, we're enjoying it quite a lot. Like, we used to play it every single day, and then we kind of stopped playing it, started playing other things, and we've just kind of gone back to it. And in the time that we stopped playing it, they've added a bunch of new stuff. So there's new monsters, there's like new dragons armor, weapons, the lot. So I think we're probably going to be grinding on that for quite a while.
Sick. Love to see it.
Yeah, that is. We've never really struggled too bad with like monsters before. We may have failed once or twice, but then we've got them like by the third time, sort of maximum. This one we've tried about 7-8 times now and still not managed to beat it.
I'm assuming that's Monster Hunter World's Fatalis. Or Monster Hunter Rise's Fatalis.
That's I don't know. It's Amatsu. I don't know if there was an Amatsu in
No, I mean like difficulty level. Cause fuck it out.
Oh.
Fatalis.
That's
Oof.
That's
That bastard made me quit the game for about 3 months. It was him and Elatrion. Those two. Oh boy.
the urgent quests. So you know it's different.
Yeah.
It's when like the big bosses.
Yeah. Those are like the ones you need to get done.
Yeah.
I need this game. I've watched it play like a ton, and it looks so good, and I haven't touched it yet. So
It is really good, yeah. So unfortunately, like if any of our friends have it through Steam, we can't play with them. Because even though Ryan plays through PC, he plays through Xbox Game Pass. And I've seen
Really?
Xbox, so that's the only reason that we can play it together. If you play it
I
through
also
Steam, it's
have-
not cross-play.
Really?
Yeah, you should play it on Game Pass.
I have it on
You
Steam.
can join us in our misery.
I have it on Steam. I unfortunately can't get Game Pass because it's freaking geo-locked to me. Which is very fun.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I had it on my
That was
Xbox.
worldwide.
It is not. I had it on my Xbox when my Xbox is still alive, and then it died, and I can no longer get Xbox Game Pass.
that's terrible.
Yeah, it does suck, but I'll live.
I mean, the old Dead Space games are on Game Pass.
I have them all on Steam. Every single one.
All of them.
Except the ones for like the Wii or whatever. I don't have those.
Big fan, honestly. I don't have the ones on the Wii, then what are you doing?
Look, I don't have a Wii. I would have had them a long time if I had a Wii.
I have one in a box somewhere. Like I have Mario Kart and everything.
I used to have the Wii U for some reason, and I would draw on it because I'm an art kid, but it would look like shit because it's a Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii U does
yeah.
not visualize art very well.
It's so bad.
Like
I
not
have
for
a
the
waste
most
of money.
part. It's so bad. It could be better, but nah. Did they discontinue service for it?
An underrated game for Wii is Wii Sports.
So
and
real.
Wii Sports Resort as well.
Wii Sports Resort is better, I'm just saying.
So
I get to pretend I'm in a beach episode.
I mean, the Wii Sports team's pretty good. Alrighty, now I guess we're done with the small talk. A cool 18.5 minutes in. I guess we'll get this party started. Welcome to Dead Space 2008, everybody. First things first, I'm gonna change the audio. Holy shit. It's a bit louder than I thought it'd be. I won't be able to hear anybody.
Sorry, we'll just start talking smack about you. It's fine.
You know what? That's fair. Everyone.
I'm joking. We'd never do that.
Nah, it's fine, I guess. All right. What's up?
You're recording this, right?
Yes, I am.
Let's go.
I'll put it. Actually, I'm putting it on a VOD. Actually.
Yeah.
I don't think it's recording. No, it's not recording, but it's on a VOD. I should record this actually.
That amounts to the same thing.
Yeah, well, all right. I can download it. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm gonna be a little bit of a nerd, and I want to play this on hard, but I tried it on hard and no. Yes, Ilka, how can I help you?
No, you're fine. See, I always play on easy.
What?
Yeah, for the first playthrough, I will always play on easy until I get the hang of the game, and then I'll play it again on medium, and then again on hard.
I've played this game too many times. I'm not easy anymore. So I went straight to medium, just because I want to keep it a little interesting and interact with everybody here, because, you know, you kind of need to do that.
This game. Yeah, I tried this game on medium before, and I ended up fighting one of the big bosses with, like, basically no ammo, and there was no ammo around me as well, and there was nothing I could do. I couldn't go back, couldn't go past him. It was just repeated death over and over and over again.
Was it a big? Was it a big boy? Shut up.
It was a big boy.
Are you checking to see if your clips that you deleted are still there? Okay. Let me know. I'll do that real quick. See, I know you had a problem with those clips popping in and out. Oh yeah, Megan.
Okay, so it's probably Goop then. I am engineer.
There you go. I can't do that often. I've seen everybody. Yeah, I've seen everybody. Everyone's doing something.
She's scared. She's scared.
She's fine. She'll live.
She'll live.
She'll live. It's fine.
Guess you really miss her.
Sorry.
Yo.
I mean,
You'll be able to look up once we're on board.
I'm a big supporter of and enjoyer of
titties.
That's right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is it.
As you should.
Okay. Gotta. Let's.
Even this dude has cake. I appreciate it.
Turn off the spooky music. Screw that. I need to hear the ambiance.
Deep space mining is a lucrative business, Miss Daniels. EG7 is a gold mine according to prospectors' reports. Cobalt, silicon, osmium. Now, where is she? There she is. We have visual contact.
So that's Ishimura. Impressive.
The USG Ishimura. Biggest planet cracker in her class.
Get it fucking
And
right.
it looks like they already popped the cork.
Why is it all dark? I don't see any running lights.
Corporal, take us in closer and hail them. And stay clear of that debris field. We're here to fix their ship, not the other way around.
USG Ishimura, this is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Kellion responding to your distress call. Come in,
This game is
Ishimura.
very pretty.
It is. Especially for a game that's as old as it is.
Yes, we know. Who's the signal?
The early 2000s, right?
2008.
Yeah.
Late 2000s.
Never heard of a total communications blackout on one of these things. You'd think with 1,000 people on board, someone would pick up the
It's
phone.
15 years old.
Did you just say it's like 5 years old?
I was 5 years old, thank you.
Oh, okay.
I promise I can do math.
It's a busted array like I thought. Sounds like they're having problems with their encoder. You get us down there and Isaac and I can fix it. 48 hours max.
All right, you heard the lady. Take us in. Let's see what needs fixing.
Gravity tethers engaged. Automatic docking procedures a go.
What the hell?
sir. The auto dock. What is it? We're off
Shit,
track.
but they hit the
Ready to
field.
Hit the blast shields.
Put them shields up.
Switch to manual, now.
Inside the magnetic field? Are you insane? Abort!
No, we can make it inside. Corporal, gave you an order.
The field's too strong.
Yeah, game over. Credits roll.
Damn.
That's it.
Amazing gameplay. I like that speed run.
That's the end.
Imagine if there was an actual game where you just load it up and it's a cutscene, you die.
Just
in the
fucking
cutscene,
die.
it's like, thanks for playing.
My god, that'd be hilarious.
Now settle down, let's get to work.
I almost wouldn't even be mad. I'd be like, yo, you had balls just to do this.
My god damn.
Making $60 for
It'll take some
You
time.
think-
Alright.
hell yeah.
You charged me $65 for that?
Well played. You know what? I fell for it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like they'd advertise it as well, like really hype it up and be like, sick gameplay.
Okay, we're done.
Awesome
Clean bill of health for everyone.
Amazing graphics.
You've still got a job to do.
And then it's
We're moving out.
just death within the
You
first
like-
like 2 minutes.
Be the most absolute Michael Bay trailer you ever saw, right?
My god.
Explosions! Titties!
More explosions, flying aliens. A dude in an awesome suit.
And then in really small print at the very bottom of the screen, you can't possibly make it unless you have like a 120-inch television to look at it on. It says, runtime of game exactly 8 minutes.
7 of those minutes is literally the cutscene. The rest is the fucking
Yeah, right.
credits.
Gameplay is just you mashing A to
You
stop
didn't lose
dying.
power to the port booster. You lost the port booster.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
It'll buff that right out, it's fine.
Easy cleanup.
Now, about this game. When the game's trailer came out, it actually, I think stated that there was a playable free demo for the Xbox on PlayStation 3. And let me tell you, I played the fuck out of that demo. And let me tell you, that gave me hella nightmares.
See, I have like a love-hate relationship with demos.
Well, the thing is, this demo was an endless demo until you die. You literally play the game until you run out of ammo, and then you die. That's the game.
So accurate to life.
Oh, I mean, jeez.
The thing is, like, I love demos because it gives you a chance to test out the game, see if you like it before you spend or waste your money on it if you don't like it.
Right.
But also, I feel like demos can ruin the game also because, like, if you put too much into a demo, then
Seems like
you
everyone's
kind of
trying to
already
pack
know
in a
how the
hurry.
game's gonna go. You kind of, you know what you're up against.
Yeah, you already
And
get a
then,
feel
like,
of the
is
game's
there much
mechanics.
point?
Nobody here.
Yeah, and then is there much point buying the game because you're also, or you've already got most of the story through the demo.
Yeah.
My argument for that would be look at the Baldur's Gate demo. Like the pre-release like your early access of it.
Yeah, I never got that.
You got to see the end game, like largely. You did see a pretty good chunk of it anyway, but it was straight lines, so there was none of the bouncing around of the story stuff. But like you actually get to see stuff from very close to the end of the game, and I don't think that hurt the interest or the replay value of the game very much. I think it depends on the game. For me, anyway.
It very much depends on the game and how they structure the demo. Because they can make the demo an entirely separate entity from the finished game, and that would be great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes
like
and no.
the Dead Space demo. It's an entirely different thing.
I suppose.
It's like an
This is
epilogue,
awesome.
basically.
Essentially, yeah. It's like a peek into what could be.
Yeah. I like the Spider-Man demo. That one was really nice because it was just like pure action. You just swing around, be Spider-Man. It was really like a really good example of what that game was. But it left some to be desired. Like, what is the story about? What am I fighting? It gives you a bunch of questions that can be answered if you buy this game for $60.
What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Not sure.
But at the same time, it lets you learn the mechanics and play around with it and see
in the
the
room with
fun
us.
parts of the game, right? Like that.
And he's dead.
Come on.
Oh well,
I
he
think
died.
It kind of sucks. Like if there's like get special armor or anything like that from playing the demo if anyone wasn't able to get.
He is all up on my ass, bro. Ow.
And you don't, like, you know, and you don't get that special armor or weapon or whatever. That's kind of why
I feel that.
Yeah.
Also, what was that? Because the design is sick.
That
I kind of want it.
That's an alien.
was a necromorph. That is
Xenomorph? Sorry.
not xenomorph, necromorph. Think of pretty much the same entity as the flood without. Well, that's true. Think of the same entity as a flood with a religious theme.
Okay.
All right, there, sir. Cut off the limbs.
He's just taking a nap.
Don't worry, he's dead died.
It's actually a pretty decent segue. Lemon, you're pretty big on xenomorphs, aren't you?
You have no idea. Dude, okay. Let me preface this. The xenomorph design is so nice. A lot of what I'm going to talk about is mainly like art stuff because I'm one note. But xenomorph design is so nasty, but so pretty at the same time. And I love every aspect of it. Unrelated. I want to fuck it, but it's not weird. It's not in a weird way.
Do you have a monster fucker license? All right.
No. I don't have a license. I just have a permit for that one. That's my thing. I just want that one. I just want the xenomorph because I like his tail and I like the big dome. I think it's neat. Sorry, the incubus sheep committed suicide.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Oh, he's just a little bit sleepy. He's not on a job. It's very important.
Oh man, he done. What a fucking face. Ooh, that was a nap.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Alien as well. Like the xenomorphs are really, really cool. I love the way that they're designed with like sort of a biomechanical, sort of overly sexualized kind of concept.
Yes,
right? Like everything about
it, like they look like they're machines.
They're very
like,
sleek.
Organic. Yeah, sleek is a really good way to put it. And they look like they could stab you, and I love that. Like they look dangerous, and you don't want to be near them, but they're so pretty to look at that you just can't help but stare at them. They're so great. Is now a bad time to mention that I've never seen a single movie?
You've never seen a single movie?
Yeah. I think now is a bad time to mention.
Trust me.
So
now I don't know. Now I don't know if you seeing a movie will either enforce or hinder your love boner for them, but let me tell you.
I will accept the babies. I'm willing to accept that. For the sake of aesthetics.
You don't want to accept the babies, trust me.
For the sake of aesthetics.
No. I'm pretty sure the babies are the face huggers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if I'm remembering the films right, because it's been a while since I've watched them. So you don't want to accept the babies. The babies are. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, they kind of.
Babies, and they're called face huggers. That's such an adorable name. Why would I not want them?
Let's just say it's very non-consensual.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for consensual non-consent, but
this is very non-consensual.
Yeah, this is very non-consent.
There's like no consent. There's like nothing sexy about it at all.
Right.
I'll settle for a kiss then. I will settle for a kiss on the xenomorph's teepees, and then I'll call it there. I'll end the date night there. Maybe I can take it home later.
I
was just about to ask now, which lips are you kissing?
Because they're main mouth, and then they have a mouth inside of their mouth.
I like how you guys are assuming that I would have to choose. I'm French kissing it. I don't know if that was
fantastic.
I mean,
you were getting throat punched by a xenomorph.
Absolutely, and I would love it the entire time.
Nice.
Go fucking down.
When the inside mouth comes out the back of your head.
It'll be a delightful experience. It's very forceful, very. What's the word?
Oh, you have no idea. Let me tell you.
It'll a one and done type deal.
Watch the films, Jesse. Watch them.
Yeah, watch the film, guys.
I'm 100% going to watch party those now. That's going to be a thing. I'm
I'm more than happy to do a movie night.
You're co-hosting it with me. You have to.
Alright, we found our first save station. Also, I love we've been talking about. We've been just shooting the shit, and I'm playing a horror game, and we're just talking all the exposition. Either way, I have to find some. I have to find some components.
This was the plan, though, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I just want to confirm we're all doing this.
Okay, so Ryan, one of our other hosts, in my chat, just brought up a question that I think is worth asking. So if a xenomorph goes down on a woman, can it also fuck? Okay, if a xenomorph goes down on a lemon, can it also fuck her with its little mouth?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes. I think so.
Yeah,
I don't give it a choice.
So the little mouth is very penis shaped until it opens its mouth.
Oh man, so it can lick her and fuck her and lick her again.
You not see like the excellence of this design, dude? I don't see any cons of this.
You know what?
Like just really picture it in your head. Like before the little mouth opens its mouth, right? It is very penis shaped.
It is.
It's very phallic.
It's versatile. I think
for lack of a better word, it is very phallic.
But I mean, I feel like it would be
fucking
like the. Are you good?
That always that always gets me. Fucking
Be careful.
Gender
Shooting them in the
opposite
body
of the
didn't
movie
seem to work. Go for the limbs. Dismember them.
Okay.
Dick teeth is an interesting take.
Yeah, so it'd be like it would be dick teeth rather than vagina teeth.
Maybe I'll just evolve.
I don't
know. We can both have teeth.
I don't want
that's the way to go.
You're gonna have some vagina dentita going on there?
I apologize for anyone who's watching this.
I'm the least say-so streamer on, I guess, in my friends group, but holy shit.
Yeah, there's a good reason why this is on mine and Satan's streams.
Yeah.
When
It's
the
the first
dick
thing
gets
that we talk about.
toothy, you know, the vagina teeth do the job and sort them out. I mean, to be fair, I feel like this is. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Like, this is pretty safe, so you can my streams.
I just had to get out of the way.
I'm for it. I'm for it.
I'm all for it.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan did have a very fair question there.
I'm actually giving some consideration to funding an art piece of that, just so it exists in the world.
Are you? Oh,
Even
interesting.
this just said, yeah, this is
So you know what? We're going for it. I'm going for it. It's like I'm gonna double down.
Yeah, like honestly, Satan, if this is like a bit for your streams, then
you have no idea. This is some of the shit that my chat goes through every goddamn day.
I'm just making sure I'm being polite in other people's streams. I am the guest after all.
And that's why it's not your job to be polite. If I'm
exactly. Like as
anything.
As the guest, you can fuck shit up, and we just have to.
I would like to be invited back. Thank you. I don't want the lemon to be rolled away forever.
I guarantee you we'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. I'll update you on what happens when it's in the advance.
Excellent.
Oh fuck! I better wait. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Straight up was.
Just straight up watching Satan struggle.
It's fine. Yeah, I haven't played the original Dead Space in quite a long time. I will play the freaking remake, but it's very choppy.
It's so good. I prefer the originals to remakes.
But the remake it looks so fucking nice. It's so crispy.
Yeah, I know. But
no,
it's
not the original. It's not. But the remake improvised and improved on other things that was.
Oh, true.
It's not the original, but it changed. It touched up on other things that made the game great and made it a little bit better. Like some scenes that would originally piss you off. Like there's a scene like like 7th chapter that would get you very fucking annoyed because of how bullshit it is. And I think it would. It is not. I wish.
Oh.
I fucking wish. That would be much easier than the bullshit that would be going on. You have to shoot. Nah, I'm not gonna spoil it. That's good. You gotta shoot rocks with a cannon, and the cannon overheats, and the rocks come very fucking fast. And you can die very easily if you screw up.
But you won't because you're epic.
About 10 tries. It took me about 10 tries to get it.
Module should be able to help you with that arm mechanism.
Oh no, baby.
I like how I'm surrounded by people who have like fond memories and experience with this game. And I'm just sitting like, wow, this game is pretty.
I mean, this game is very pretty. It holds up.
I mean, we're still like that before we play this game.
I'm talking to my friends here.
Like, can you imagine how good? Like, just think about how damn good this game was when it first came out.
Oh,
like, we're talking. This game is 15 years old and it holds up this.
This game was revolutionary.
Yeah.
Like, this game is still popular today, and I know, like, there aren't many games from 15 years ago that you can say that. Like,
yeah, right? I mean, you could probably count the games on one hand that are that old and still particularly relevant.
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
obviously,
not including Nintendo titles.
Yeah, no, like, there's obviously, like, remakes of games from, like, 15 years ago where kids or adults nowadays are like, oh my god, this game's so cool. But then, like, this is one of the few games where you played the original 15 years later. I hear something crawling around out there.
Thank you, I appreciate you, big guy. Who the fuck? Oh, hello, sir.
You're so friendly. Give him a hug.
I'd rather not. I forgot how clunky this game is.
That was
shot before did you?
It's fine. Sir, stop resisting. Thank you. Let's get the fuck out of here. Back up.
Apparently, I've just found out that apparently my sound alerts are working again. I'm gonna actually shoot Twitch. Like,
oh, okay.
Wait, no, but if it's...
It might be the site actually, not just Twitch.
I think it's
stream alerts.
If anything, it's my OBS. It's 100% gonna be. It's gonna be that. That's the conclusion I've come to at this point.
Scuffed is scuffed, and it will always be scuffed.
I had them working last stream. The last stream, they were working just fine. I haven't changed anything.
We are VTubers and streamers, okay? Scuff is our middle name.
You gotta embrace.
Woo! That almost.
Not a streamer unless you have a scuffed stream at least minimum of like once a month.
Once a stream, you mean?
It's a stream. Yeah, once a stream.
That one worked. Oh my.
Hello. Sir. Whoa. Easy. Oh, hello. Oh, boy. I'm gonna need you to hold for a second. Thank you. Hold, please. Hold still.
Oh my god.
Once more, please. Welcome to Dead Space. Welcome to these.
I do kind of have a question here.
What I do?
Out of all of the old school classic slasher films, so like obviously Nightmare on Elm Street.
I've patched you to the deck security system. It took some work, but I've got the door to the maintenance bay unlocked. The data board should be somewhere inside.
Who's your favorite killer?
Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees?
Jason Voorhees. Reasonable answer.
From what yeah, it's a good pick.
For me, 100% Freddy Krueger.
He's pretty good. Freddy Krueger's pretty good.
But I also have to make a case for Pinhead. Love me some Hellraiser.
Is there a particular reason for the Hellraiser?
Well,
no coincidence.
I love the design of the Cenobites, and I'm a huge fan of Clive Barker. I've read like tons and tons and tons of his comics, and I've definitely spent a ton of time, like just admiring it. I actually have the Hellraiser puzzle box tattooed on my right arm.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I'm fairly passionate about it. But I saw the first movie when I was like little, and it definitely left an impression on me because I had nightmares for like a month. But I had to see the rest of them after that. So
that's a good thing. If it left that much of an impression. Excuse me, sir. Why are you not dead? Hey! I do not consent to hugs. No, we're not.
BB in the chat votes Ghostface because he's hot. I'd get behind that.
Right. I would vote Ghostface as well, not just because he's hot, but it's because like it's one of those films where it is basically the same thing happening over and over again, but they do it in a way that it's still fun to watch.
The premise never gets boring.
And it's and it's also sort of kind of like you, even though it's the same thing happening, you don't fully know what to expect.
Yeah, because the killer changes every single movie, right? It gives you that suspense in that way.
And their motive changes as well. So even though it's the same killer in the sense like it's the same, like it's Ghostface.
Yeah.
Their reason for killing changes. Obviously, like the desperation kind of changes with the survivors or the people trying to survive.
Yeah. Okay, so has anybody seen the most recent one other than me?
I have not yet. I want to. I have not, but I want to.
Okay, so I don't. I want to talk about it because it's if you liked the previous movies, you're gonna enjoy it.
I loved the premise of the notes.
I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but I mean they broke the mold a fair bit with some things. They did things that they did not do in the previous movies that were really neat. And I would. But if you haven't seen it, I would say
there's a few theories on the old ones that have been thrown about that they kind of added into the new one, which I kind of liked as well. Like they listened to the fan theories and they were like, "Okay, we can play on this a bit," you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it did a really good job of tying in storylines a bit too. Like, God. Just watch it. Just watch it. I will watch part of that as well. It's we'll get there.
You heard it there first. You heard it there first, and then you heard it here first. Sinners and Mortals. Go watch the new Scream. Scream 4 was it? I think.
No, I think it's like 6 or something. Now.
Watch the new Scream.
Hey, 4 cannot be.
I'm not sure what the number is, but like it just came out in the last year. So.
Yeah, me personally, I don't really have an answer because I could never watch horror as a kid. Not like as you're not allowed to watch it. More like I was so petrified and horrified.
Holy fuck!
About movie everything.
It got me. Oh my god, this one has hair. Oh. I think that's the scariest part is your fucking parting baldness. Alright. Excuse me. I think it was right to put you down. I'm so sorry. Come on then!
All people in the chat, hop over into Satan's stream and riot. Go for it.
Dude, I'm waiting. Text log. Repair invoice. USG Shimura. Aerospace Engineering Department. Shuttle prepares invoice. Mission day 2. How long is this?
Get there.
Wait. Okay, I'll show you. Mission day 2. Faulty 4 gyro. Vessel USG Ishimura SO3. Replaced, now functional. Mission day 3. Faulty 4D scope. Vessel USG Ishimura SO1. Still in repair. Mission day 4. Damaged landing repulsor. Lost interest.
Fascinating stuff.
Oh, Incubus, you're in a riot.
Sorry. Is it because I didn't read the manifest? I'm sorry. I didn't have time.
Incubus is full of shit.
No.
What? No.
Oh yeah, never.
Absolutely
Incubus.
not. What are you?
Let us know who your favorite slasher or any movie that you like. Because this one, Incubus likes watching horror movies to sleep to, and I don't get that.
I do it too. I do it too. I absolutely do.
Yeah, I've done that multiple times. So
no, I can't. What the fuck? No, what's wrong with that?
Hello, sir.
I'll do anything on the screen.
As it turns out, Lemon, you're the strange one.
No, I'm the correct one. I'm just surrounded by demons.
I don't watch.
I'm not gonna argue that.
No, I don't watch horror to put me to sleep.
Okay.
See, I
have many a time fallen asleep to the screams of people trying to not die.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like that's stabbed multiple times.
That is literally my lullaby. No, don't fucking kill it.
Meanwhile, I just
it's when they're like, "Come get me, you fucker," and you're just like,
Yes. Sweet music.
Ah, yes. The movie's already about halfway done. Alright, I don't see you surviving, sir. I'm so sorry. Okay, the board.
We're only in the first 10 minutes? Yeah, no, you're not gonna survive, buddy. I'm gonna just take a nap.
So you're the first one in our crowd of 10. Alright. Don't put your 50 right.
To be fair, like the first death is always the longest death, I think.
Special attention to.
Yeah. So like all of the other deaths like throughout the film are done quick and over with because they want to move on to like chasing the main killer, you know, the survivor, the person that's going to survive the killer and everything.
Yep.
They want to put a lot of chase and like tension on that.
Yeah, they want to set a tone early.
Take the board back.
Yeah, but the first death is always the longest. The first death always lasts the longest.
I think actually going back to the Scream movies here, that they're an excellent example of that. Half the time the people that died in the opening scene don't even have anything to do with the rest of the fucking movie. Like,
they're just collateral. They just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It literally just look, there's a killer. Is this going to be the only person that dies, or is this going to be like a whole series of people dying?
Congratulations, ma'am! You've been chosen for exposition.
Has there ever been a horror movie where the entire cast
lives or dies?
No, I don't think so.
I would imagine if you went digging through like thriller-esque horror movies, there's probably some.
I mean, I love the films where the final girl isn't the final girl. Like the person that everyone's like, oh, you're the main character, you're gonna survive, you're not gonna die, and then they die.
And they fucking bite it in the very next scene.
Like at the end of the film, they die. Kind of like I guess you could say like Destination. It does that pretty good. They sort of, you think that they're gonna survive, and then at the end, they still don't survive.
I think there was a movie that
I love that.
Pretty much went into total despair. I think it was Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
They found all this shit.
That one about Cabin in the Woods, right?
Sorry, guys.
Yes. Sorry, there was a shadow. I'm back. I brought your shit. Nothing to say? Alright, cool. I'll just plug this in.
Okay,
Oh.
now I have a question.
The video of the game has gone black.
Still fine on
Nothing
my
else?
screen.
There you go.
But yeah, I have a question for all of you citizens.
Go on.
Do we have a favorite memory or least favorite memory for our Halloween days,
The quarantine just
either
lifted.
recently or in
Whatever
our
was in the
youngin'
flight lounge
days?
must have left. That's lucky for us. Isaac, get back to Kelly on and prep it for launch.
Favorite or least
Find out what we
favorite
can for the
Halloween
bridge and
memory?
meet you there.
If we live that
Who
long,
knows?
you're out of your league, Hammond. This is suicide.
I've got some that come to
We're
mind, but I'm not 100% sure if it's a good idea
But I
for
have
to
a mission to
discuss all
complete,
of it
and
on
that's
this
exactly what I am going to do, with or without
podcast.
you. We understand each other.
Done some
Just
things.
get us out of here alive.
Yo, I guess for me, like I just love Halloween in general. So like, I think some of my fonder memories would be like some of the parties and stuff that I've thrown, because I tend to throw a Halloween party every year, and it can get a little out of control at times. This is gonna be a little bit pervy.
Oh no.
What? Something pervy?
Oh,
Something
devil.
18 plus in a 18 plus stream? What do you mean?
I mean, so I threw this party, and I was seeing this girl at the time, and this mutual friend of ours came over, and they were both dressed up in some revealing costumes, and they ended up like starting to make out, and then pieces of costume started coming off. And
Oh yeah,
then,
the two lines that are on them. Yep, and the little
Yep, yep,
cat
yep.
ears.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then my living room devolved into, well,
Into.
Just an orgy.
That's what I thought.
you nailed it, Satan. So.
Oh no.
I was gonna say use your imagination, but
Nah, we don't do that shit. I speak my imagination.
yeah, and this is why we love you. No, but yeah, no, that was definitely a memory. Yeah, yeah. Worst memory. My worst memory from a Halloween event was probably I was like maybe 10 or 11, and I had just finished up trick-or-treating and I was headed home, and I found my little brother walking down the street crying his eyes out because a couple of kids had beaten the crap out of him and stolen all of his candy.
Well, that's not cool.
How old was he?
He was 8.
How are you gonna beat up an 8-year-old on what?
Yeah.
There's candy like everywhere. That's fucked up.
Exactly, right? It's like, don't trick-or-treat your own.
Oh, it's not just one. Oh, it's two of you.
Being the good big brother that I was, I gave him half the money. There's me. There's my stories. Two very polar opposite.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have gone last. I don't know.
It's hard to follow up with that.
Man.
I feel like probably there was a year I went trick-or-treating with my cousins, and we decided we were gonna walk around the rich part of where we live.
True.
And we were knocking on doors, and I don't think they were used to people coming there because they lived like at the top of the hill, like this really, really steep hill. And I'm like, probably people kind of looked at it and just went, nah, fuck that, we're not walking up there. So I think they were used to people not turning up for trick-or-treating, and when we turned up, they were like, oh, well, we don't have any, like, we don't have any sweets or anything for you. I guess here, just take some money, and they actually gave us money.
I'm sorry.
Gave us, like,
oh, real?
Yeah, like one house gave us like 15 quid each, and we were just like, alright.
For real?
Damn.
Yeah, so real.
Damn. All right. That sounds like a good Halloween.
Yo, that
Like,
would
you
be
know,
good.
you know,
Like, so much candy.
Like,
How
nearly
old were you?
dying walking up this hill was worth it. I was like 8, I think.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean,
real.
$15 when you're 8, like that's
I
real money.
left.
Infinite money.
Oh, I'm on fire.
I left.
I'm on fire.
I left that
Don't die.
neighborhood with like 50 quid.
Infinite money glitch. Oh my god.
Like 5 It was great.
Up,
Oh.
down, up,
Like,
down,
we
left,
kind of
right,
came
left, right,
to
A, B,
the
start.
conclusion, like, if people kind of walked up there more often, like if we told people about it, then they'd start buying.
That's just stuff.
I mean, you never tell anybody.
We didn't really, yeah, so we didn't really tell anyone because we thought the next year when we go up there, they're just
oh god.
100%, 100% love it.
It was great.
Sit down, Fido.
Like I was like, they're like, oh no, it's okay. If you don't have to ship.
As an 8-year-old?
Just go. We're sorry, change it. And they're like, take our money. Yeah. I mean, I do the same thing to this day when people try and give me money. I'm like, oh no, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's no good. There's an executive lockdown of all primary systems. Without the captain's authorization, I can't access them.
Well, where's the captain?
Yes, where's the captain?
Here he is.
Lemon, you're up.
Oh, me? Okay, yeah.
Location?
I'll be honest, I don't have too many good memories of Halloween because I would like to repeat. I was a big blubbering baby and couldn't handle being like
information. Find the captain and you'll find
my
his
cousin
rig.
had like a
His
screen mask
authorization codes,
because he wanted to
wide
be him
open.
for Halloween, and that thing traumatized me so much that I couldn't go into his room without him like checking the entire area first. Like he had to case the entire door just to make sure I could walk in there.
Okay.
For a mask. So, you can imagine seeing the Chucky movie during a Halloween night with my cousin. Just the trailer, not the movie. The trailer. Like, there's one scene that, like, even now, I'm still fucked up about. I don't remember the trailer at all, but, like, I swear to God, there's a scene where the kid is, like, facing away from his doll. The Chucky, obviously. And the Chucky is just like looking straight up, like at the camera. He's like straight up at the ceiling, and that fucked me up so much that I can't sleep on my back anymore. I can't do it. I can't sleep on my back. I can't sleep away from my plushies. I have to be facing them at the entire time. No, I can't do it.
Wow.
Right. I think the only good memory of Halloween that I have is when I was a little bit older. I think like a few years ago, when my little cousins were out doing trick-or-treating, but I was already too old. I wasn't gonna do that. And I just stole her candy without her knowing. And that's about it.
Damn. Alright. Where's everybody? The fucking sounds in this game.
Where I live at the minute, because I live in a basement flat, so you have to, like, even though there's, like, I do have a front door and it leads to the outside world, because you have to walk down some stairs and my outside light doesn't work. People just kind of don't realize that I'm here. Every year I'll buy sweets for trick-or-treaters and no one turns up.
Aww.
And then it's like, I bought myself a treat because now I get to eat all the sweets.
I will ruin that by coming up to your house and asking for treats anyway, so that you have less.
Okay. Well, the thing is, obviously, we have a rule, like, if the lights are off and they don't have decorations, don't knock on their door.
Yeah,
that's pretty fair.
Makes sense.
You know?
I mean,
if they have decorations but their lights are off, you can, you know, if you want to go knock on their door, then fair enough, because they've got decorations. But chances are they're either asleep, they've gone out trick-or-treating themselves, because they have kids, or they put up decorations to say, like, hey, look, Halloween's cool, but we don't want people here.
Yeah.
Like, alright,
So,
you kids,
you
fuck
know,
off. We got nothing for you.
Yeah, it's or they've already run out of sweets, so they've turned all their lights off so that no one turns up, you know? So if they have decorations, you can chance it without being in, like, getting in shit, because, you know, it's their own fault. If they didn't want the trick-or-treaters, they shouldn't have put decorations up.
What do they just want to decorate, you know?
I mean, if you don't want trick-or-treaters, don't decorate.
I mean...
Decorate the inside of your house so you can see it.
But what if I, like, love Halloween, but am personally like, fuck these kids, right? Like,
What if I wanted kids for fun, but also had a really epic house?
Then either decorate it to the point that it's too scary for kids to walk up to your house, or decorate the inside of your house.
Alright.
Rather than the outside.
Oh, you go ahead.
So I had a secret third option where, in line with making it too scary for kids, you just be the scarecrow. You know those clips where like people pretend to be the scarecrow on the front porch, and then when they try to get the candy, they spook the little kids. That would be my option.
That was actually exactly where I was going. I've done that.
So true. Oh, really?
Yes, I have.
I mean, it rained last year for Halloween, so I'm not sure you'd want to just be, outside in the rain.
I think it adds to it. It adds to the spook factor, where you're already like, you have hypothermia, and you're waiting for kids to show up, and then the one kid that comes up is the unlucky.
You're angry because you have to stay outside waiting for kids.
I mean, it absolutely makes you scarier when you're like shivering and wheezing as you chase after a small child.
Killer origin story.
This is the villain arc. This is where it all began. I would say for me, what is my favorite? I remember my worst Halloween when I was wee little Satan, baby Satan.
Baby Satan.
There was a particular house where I lived that held Halloween parties, but also had the scariest fucking house. And a lot of kids would go there because they also gave the best candy, so it was kind of like a win, high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
So I went there. I didn't know. This is I think my first time experiencing Halloween and remembering. Oh, hello. I'll deal with you in a bit. And I went there with my parents. Everyone just came out in the scariest, the most realistic, scariest costumes known to man, I guess, to my child eyes. And literally, I ran back to the car, closed the door, locked the door, screaming my parents to come back and fucking drive me over. My parents was like, nah, you gotta come here if you want your candy. I'm like, fuck the candy, I don't want it. So I stood there. All the people in the Halloween costumes were banging against the wall to scare at me, of course. Just terrifying me. I was sitting crying like a little bitch. And then finally, after like 3 minutes of crying and screaming, they finally go away. And the parents leave. I'm like, do you want the kid? I'm just like, ah! So that was my worst one. My favorite one, I guess, is getting sweet revenge on kids for being scared. I guess you are what you become. So I did the exact same thing to the kids.
Oh my god.
I went around in the scariest costume I could find, and just absolute tormenting kids. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Sorry, you're fine. You're dead already. You don't care. And you almost for me? Thank you. Yeah, just absolutely terrorize kids. Some of them would drop their candy in a run, and I'm like, ooh, candy. Just pick it up and fucking dip. Free candy. Now I was too old to get the candy from the people in the houses. But kids dropping candy in fair, that's free game.
Yeah, it's free property. They left on their own volition.
They were too much little punk bitches to get their candy back, so I took it.
Oh my god. That's how it should be.
That's how it is.
They should have learned. They should have knew. They should have knew that you were coming. They should have sensed that you were around. So it's on that, honestly.
They should have not screamed and cried like the little bitches that they are and ran away. To be fair, I did have a prop sword, so.
That might do it.
So I'm kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe they didn't want to fucking die. That might be it.
It wasn't just a small sword. It was, has anyone seen Bleach, the anime? Or read the manga?
I've seen the first episode.
I had Ichigo's big ass fucking sword.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it was just awesome. Just that fucking horror monster just walking by.
To be fair, there are a lot of people around here that do the smart thing where instead of having to continuously get up every time you hear a knock at the door, or anything like that, they'll just leave a bowl of sweets outside.
I think that's the dumbest thing.
So that you walk up with the sweets, you fuck off.
See,
and if that bowl is empty, then they've run out. You don't knock on their door because the bowl's empty. That's it. You didn't get there early enough.
Yeah, the bowl's empty after the first fucking visitor.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. I'm 100% guilty of this. When I was a teenager, like, if I saw a bowl sitting out, that was in my bag. Like,
sorry, I'm sorry. The bowl's getting taken. It's free game. You left it there. You knew what you were doing.
Yo, yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, I'll make my salad in this tomorrow after I eat all this damn candy.
Hell yeah.
What's everyone's favorite candy?
Oh, that's not good. Okay.
Candy is
for me, it has to be Whoppers.
They're good. Favorite candy now or favorite candy when I was a kid? Because it's not the same.
Either or, whatever you think is appropriate, I guess.
Right now, I mean, I'm not sure it even counts as candy. Pocky? I love me some Pocky.
True. Oh, I'll take that answer. All right.
No, that's technically
definitely a snack.
Oh, hello, sir.
As a kid, I think my answer probably would have been like coffee crisp bars, because somehow it felt like I was being a big boy to eat coffee.
Eating coffee.
Yeah.
Is coffee crisper?
Coffee crisp.
Interesting.
Never once heard of that.
I think it's a Canadian thing. I don't think that it's everywhere.
Shoot the limbs.
They're made by Cadbury.
Excuse me. Cadbury makes good. Cadbury makes good chocolate. Not gonna lie.
They do.
Not too big of a fan of candy myself, but if I am forced to, I think specifically cookies and cream kisses my favorite.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking delicious, dude.
Oh my god.
Real good. Actually, I was eating some cookies and cream chocolate coated Pocky.
Who's alive? Where? Oh, well.
In the NECC cookies and cream stuff. I love it.
My favorite.
Oh shit! What did I just say, sir? No free hugs. Piss off. Alright, you know what?
First.
At least. Alright, you know what? I'm bringing out a big number. Excuse me.
BFG these bitches.
Nubsy, you got a favorite candy?
Woo.
Honestly, I don't think I could say I have a specific favorite.
Top 5. 1, 2, 3, go.
Top 5.
I honestly don't think I could say because, like...
Are you not a purveyor of candy?
I'm still finding new sweets and stuff that
Okay, what...
I never
But what would be,
did,
I guess, your...
I never found amazing, so... Like... Off the top of my head, I couldn't even tell you which ones would be my favorites.
Interesting. Okay, which one do you find yourself buying the most? Or if you see it in the store, what would be first snagged, so to speak? Me right now, I guess it'd be anything gummy.
Mood. Yeah, it would fully depend on my mood. Like if I'm looking for something really sort of sugary and chewy, I'd probably go for like Plastics or something, like Haribo's.
I'm not so sure. We have to assume that
if I wanted something kind of softer, I'd probably go
for just throw the candy out the window at the children.
Get off my lawn! You damn kids, get your candy!
Is this translation unitology teaches us, Doctor?
Joe, I actually honestly can't even think of any like soft candies or anything right now.
Okay, if I were to hand you a Reese's Pieces, would you take a Reese's Cup? Would you take it?
No, I don't like peanut butter.
Fuck.
And to us as well, that's chocolate, not candy.
Interesting. Does chocolate not consider as candy, I guess?
I consider.
No, it's so for us it's different. So usually if you'd go into a shop here, you get like the signs above each aisle that tells you what's in that aisle. We would have like sweets and confectionery because chocolate isn't classed as sweets. But also in that aisle, it would be like sweets and confectionery, biscuits. So you'd have like biscuits one side and then like loads of different sweets and
so I'm
like
assuming.
chocolate.
Oh, okay, I have a question. Would your sweets and confectionaries be considered like hard candies and stuff like that?
Yeah, so it's like sweets and confectionery. So sweets are literally anything. So it would be like hard candies,
like gummies, etc., stuff like that.
Gummies, foam sweets, like jelly sweets, all of those. But chocolate isn't classed as a sweet, it's classed as like some fruit.
What chocolate class does? It's not candies. I'm curious.
It's chocolate is chocolate.
Alright, I mean, look.
Happens to be sweet.
Look, alright.
So it's like, you get chocolate and then under chocolate it would be like chocolate bars, chocolate, you know.
Oh, chocolate is its own subsection. I see.
Yeah.
That makes sense, I guess, because you can get chocolate pretty much anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, I see, I see. That makes more sense.
Us talking about the candy aisle reminds me of when I worked at a non-specific convenience store, and I was like the stocking guy. So I'd be there in like the wee mornings, like literally in the middle of the night, to stock up on stuff. And I would be in the candy aisle for so long, I would just want to steal everything. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I would see everything. I don't even want the food. I don't eat half of the shit. But I'm like, I just want this. I want it to be mine. It might be a klepto thing, but...
What are you, a dragon? Just fucking hoarding sweets?
Possibly. I don't even like candy that much.
Sleeping on top of her pile of chocolate.
This is mine! Nobody touches this! Mine!
I kind of miss it too. I could have stolen so much stuff and they would have no idea.
You missed the days of you stealing candy.
It would have been so easy.
Just fucking
I mean, what?
pummel
Who said that?
candy. Interesting, interesting. Hello, Josh. How are you doing? Thank you for the fart. I appreciate it.
I used to work in like a superstore. It was actually a store that was owned by Walmart. So it was basically like the UK version of Walmart, I guess. And it was called Asda. And in like the warehouse, which is just the back of the shop where we keep all of the stock and stuff, there was one specific corner where the cameras didn't catch that corner.
Oh shit,
and
babies.
So many times you would find us just like when we couldn't be asked to deal with our managers or customers anymore, and it was getting towards the end of our shift, we'd all just go stand there and talk. Like even so, we have obviously you have like just normal staff, and then you had like line managers, and then you'd have like deputy managers, and then managers. You very rarely saw the deputy managers, but you'd see the line managers a lot. And there were even line managers from like a different department that would just come stand with us, like the people that are supposed to tell us to do a job and just stand there with us, like, oh, it's nearly the end of your shift too. Just like, yeah.
Nah, it's fine. You don't gotta do anything. It's fine. It's almost over.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh shit! Oh.
I don't like kids, sir. Get away from me! Fucking punt the child. God, I love this game so much. Do what you want.
I'm such a sucker for anything with like tendrils or tentacles and stuff.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Lemon likes tentacles.
That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. That has
We know
nothing to do with anything.
We know what pages on Rule you're checking out.
No comment.
Interesting.
Yeah. Same pages I'm checking out.
Nice. Okay, so this is I guess, in vitro fertilization for the babies. And the babies apparently have all become infected with the virus, so they're all gonna die. You love to see it.
So true.
I don't like the sounds of babies, like, cooing and crying in my ears. I don't like it. I don't know if you can all hear the sounds as well.
It's very low on my side, so.
Okay, well, I'll be quiet for just a moment and just let you hear things.
I'm hearing footies, I think.
That's a door.
Oh.
Well, let me go back and see if we can hear the babies. Because this game is so good with sound design. It's subtle. And that's why I turned the music off, but you can hear everything. And it's horrible.
horrible and wonderful at the same time.
Ew, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Ew, they're laughing at me. Fuck off. No, go to the next room.
Yeah, this game is so, it holds up so fucking well. Ooh. Thermite? Thermite. Fire.
I can find a 3-hour-long video on this game just to see how it was made. Documentary on everything that was in this game.
Speaking of, it's on brand with the spooky month, but did you know that the bodies made for the necromorphs are actually pictures of actual mangled corpses?
Excuse me?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
They use
I did
actual.
not know that.
They use actual. Excuse me, hold on. Let me just deal with this real quick. Sir, I'm trying to get some exposition here. Oh, there's more. Sorry. Hey, could you not, bro? That's disgusting. It's very mean, very unhygienic. Stop. Thank you.
You do be gross.
Thing is, one of the things I love about this game is you can pick up parts from a dead body
And just fling it.
and use it to kill other things.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that just yet.
Like,
wait, did I? Yes, I did.
That is not a thing that they do in enough games. I think that picking up dead bodies and beating things with them should be done.
Yeah, like you can pick up this,
like if you,
just grab this, and then
if you
just
manage-
fucking huck it at something, and it just goes. No, yeah, as I was saying.
just take a
Go on.
spear of one of your people to the face.
Oh yeah, and you're done. Well, yeah, as I was saying, this game, the corpses, necromorphs are all based off real mangled bodies that they've seen in like forensic scenes or actual crime scenes and such, maybe the morgue or whatever. Very, very true to life, and I can't imagine the nightmares that they had making this game because of all the shit.
What the fuck is that? Is that a single gut?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't imagine all the fucking nightmares that these people have. Oh, damn, I'm already. Okay.
I don't know why my dumbass was like, when you said that they're based on corpses, my first thought was they just made them. They just had corpses lying around.
No,
Like they saw them on the street.
Yes.
Ah,
oh yeah.
Damn it! I don't have enough money. Shit.
No.
Yeah, you can. They did so much research on this game to make it as gruesome and horrible as it is, and oh, it's so good.
Definitely paid off.
This game gave me so many nightmares, but it also made me want to play it again. This is the one game I can say that I enjoyed. It's scaring the shit out of me, and it always somehow gets me every time. Even if it's just a body falling from the fucking sky and landing in front of me, it always gets me.
So those pictures were used in the original, right? Not the remake.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Sir? Sir? Sir, excuse me. Could you direct me to the...
What is it doing?
Could you direct me to the nearest Jamba Juice? Maybe McDonald's?
Is there Wendy's?
Is there a Wendy's somewhere? Maybe a Burger King or something? You know?
Burger King fries, best fries ever. You can't say anything about it.
Could you?
I might argue.
What? Huh?
I might argue. I think that there are better fries out there than Burger King fries.
Give me one.
Wendy's.
Give me one singular.
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
No, to be fair, I do love Burger King fries, and obviously I can't try Wendy's, but Burger King fries. They're like the perfect amount of crispy to fluffy.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. Yeah. As a Wendy's stan, I fucking love Burger King fries. Wendy's fries are like Wendy's fries are like better than McDonald's, and that's all I can say. Like I'll eat them, I'll stuff them down, but
I mean, we're never getting a McDonald's sponsorship after I speak here, but I cannot ever eat McDonald's food. Like, I get sick no matter what I eat there.
Really?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, like nothing on their menu will not upset my stomach.
Now, see,
and it's weird because I can go to basically any burger joint and grab anything off the menu, and it's right. I'm good. I love me a burger. But if I go to McDonald's and I eat like a Big Mac, I'm gonna be like gut rot city for the next. Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
That sounds to me like a mental thing.
It might be.
Like I can't eat spaghetti anymore.
Okay.
Like spaghetti bolognese. I can eat the bolognese part with like normal pasta. I can't eat it with the spaghetti, and I think it's because when I was a kid, me, my mum, my dad, and my brother went round to my mum's best friend's house for dinner. They had their kids and stuff there. I distinctly remember this night because like I had to sit on the floor in the kitchen because they had like a kitchen dining room thing where their table was in the the kitchen, but to the side, like away from the cooker and stuff. So there was like just a random gap and they decided to put a table there. And there wasn't any room on the kids' table. So I was sat on the floor, kind of like in between the two tables. And I really wasn't feeling well, and I hadn't been feeling well all day. And my parents just put it down to me being like running around too much, drinking too much, eating too many sweets, that sort of thing, because it was like a holidays.
Why were you drinking at that age?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, not that kind of drinking.
Like high drinking.
Sugary drinks. Like, you know,
soda,
like
all that shit, juices. Things that kids shouldn't be drinking, but drink anyway because why not, right?
That might be an AO.
And whilst I was eating for dinner, they'd like cooked spaghetti bolognese. And whilst I was eating it, I could feel myself just feeling worse and worse, but I kept like forcing it down because I was told to just, you know, get on with it, you're fine. And I ended up throwing up into my dinner. Because it turns out I had a stomach bug, and the reason I felt like shit all day was because, you know, like the bug was sort of starting to
take effect,
you know, affect me, and I ended up throwing up my dinner into my dinner, and my mum's best friend like shouted at me and stuff, and I was just like,
oh, I'm sorry.
My mum was like, I'm gonna take her home. And I think just from that like experience, and obviously just remembering myself throwing up that particular dinner into my dinner, he's just kind of ruined it for me. So it doesn't even matter if it's cut up like, you know, like kids eat it, cut up into little, you know, bite-sized pieces. I can't eat it.
Me personally, I bet that shit would just taste nasty. It was just like that bad that you were just like, eh.
Just get PTSD from
See, that's funny you say that though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, go.
You.
One of you go, I'm gonna flip a coin and make you go.
I vote for Lemon to go first.
Alright. Just continue this gross tirade. That story reminded me of my love for tomatoes for the exact opposite reason. Because I do remember on multiple occasions eating too many tomatoes along with something else, and then heaving that back up. Once in my mom's car, and another time when I like ate corn a little too close to the time where I had an entire cup of the cherry tomatoes, and I had to call out of work that day, understandably. But I fucking love tomatoes. I will eat them like apples. I eat like the little cherry ones in like big cups because they're so good. It's just a bunch of acid in my stomach, and I love it. Lemons, however.
That's a lot of acid. Tomatoes are naturally acidic. That's so much acid.
I am the acid lady. Did you not know?
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. No.
Folic, not the paper count?
So sorry though. What am I here? Is the friend okay? They are okay. We were just talking about memories of meals that have been either good or bad. It's fine. We're alive. They're alive. We're all alive. I say with confidence.
Good. Yeah.
Are we really truly alive?
I mean, well,
We have
simulation
2
theory is
demons.
the thing.
Yeah, 3? Am I
mean,
by demons today?
immortality is different than being alive, okay? So.
I exist.
Get around. I'm a concept, you know. I can be here whenever I want to or not. I lurk in the shadows, etc., etc.
I'm a barely corporeal being.
There you go.
There it is.
Fuck. What were we talking? What were we talking about before the topic change of spaghetti?
I forgot. I'll be honest.
I mean,
I completely blanked. Oh, I think it was like favorite food. I think.
Were we talking about corpses at some point?
We were. I was explaining that. Oh, hello, infidels. I was explaining about the bodies and corpses in this game being made from actual corpses. Well, revised from actual corpses. Would you die, my dude? Thank you. This game is so honestly. I love this game so much.
It's good. It's good.
Okay. I do remember that one time I had a ratatouille moment when I ate my mom's key lime pie. Key lime. I haven't had key lime pie in so long. So key lime pie. It's very tart. If you're not a fan of tart sweet treats, it's not your thing. It's very tart. It's.
I don't know why I love the way you say that.
What, tart?
It's very tart.
It's very. I like to enunciate my words. It comes with being a voice actor. I tend to enunciate everything.
It's like you say the rest of it just normally, and you're just like, it's very tart.
The marker will save us. Put it back where it belongs. There's a lot of shit that's been going on. I've been reading the walls, not gonna lie. I don't like what's going on here. Every time I read the. What did that say? When is home? Where is home? Where is God? You know what? These are questions. What are you willing to give up for your life? What are you willing to give your life for?
A good sandwich, probably.
I shouldn't cover this question.
A good ice cream. The perfect ice cream. You know, I made key lime pie when I talked to my mom. It's fucking delicious. Key lime is delicious. I will have no rebuttal on that. Key lime is delicious.
Pies are not good.
Key lime pie doesn't count as pie. It's too good to be normal pie.
Oh, absolutely. That's a treasure. Also, I need to get out of here pretty fucking quick because I'm in open space. 0 G's, 0 oxygen, 0 patience. Let's get the fuck out of here. Hello, sir. You having fun out there? These 0 G's.
He's just chilling.
Oh.
Sick. Alright. This place now. Oh. This game is so fucking cool. I'm sorry, I gush over this game. This game, Dead Space 2. Oh.
Quality games.
I'm not gonna lie, I've always struggled with the anti-gravity parts of this game. It always makes me feel like a motion sick when I played it.
It depends. You have to find a specific place to walk on. Like, you can walk on all of these, except for this, I think. Is that the case? Apparently you can. Excuse me. It just matters on where you go.
Well, no, I know you can walk on it, but it's just the way like the camera would flip.
Oh, it's the orientation.
Yeah, it just like I feel so sick just playing it.
All the motion sickness gets you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Just slams into real quick. Alright, cool. There's another battery over there, so I'm assuming one of those batteries are gonna blow up or some shit. Anyway.
Maybe in the chat asks if is apple strudel pie though? No.
It's a tart.
Yeah, but that's not pie.
Yo, the pie flavors that I keep hearing are so whack. Pie is
a thing of beauty. Okay.
We're just put any noun in front of pie.
I'm pretty sure it exists as a pie somewhere.
I want some dino nugget pie right now.
Well, you know what? I would eat that pie.
That's a very savory pie. There's a lot of sauce in that. Oh, have you never had a savory pie? A shepherd's pie counts as a savory pie.
Oh, I love it.
Excuse me, sir.
Every day.
Excuse me, sir. Could you hold this for me? Wait, can you? Don't come near me. Actually, I don't. All right, you know what? I guess we're doing this. Come on then. Come on. That works. Thank you.
Trust me, kiwi pie isn't all that. I can say right now.
I'm sorry, what?
What? Huh?
Kiwi pie. Interesting. I'm all for tasting new things.
Yeah. I'll fuck with that.
What the fuck is a quiche?
A quiche. A quiche is basically a baked omelet in a crust. That's all it is.
Yeah. So, quiche is literally just like thick egg with a crispy sort of like crust that goes around the edges and the base of it. And you can mix anything with the egg as well. So you can have like cheese and bacon, or you can have vegetable.
Excuse me, want to say that again? Oh no, not you.
Bacon or vegetables.
Yeah, it was not you. I heard someone just going outside the door.
I thought you were about to get really angry about it.
It got.
It's fine. You can't put vegetables with bacon.
What's wrong with you? Bacon is a meat. Vegetables a plant. What's wrong with you?
Somehow figure out a plant that would grow me more meat.
Oh god, if science actually gets that far, let me tell you, that'd be amazing.
If I eat that plant, will I grow a meat? Sorry.
Grow a meat. I think that's an AM.
That is absolutely it. Fisherman's pie, shepherd's pie, commander shepherd's pie, halo pie, pie fortress 2. There's a bunch of shit.
Pie fortress 2, so real.
Hell yeah. Did you get an update though? Or is it now?
No.
I was gonna say, is it now cream filling? Or then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna avoid that. Because that sounds like it'd be. Oh, hello! Thank you.
I'd like to mention that Incubus did make a joke. He was like, if you put any noun in front of pie, you can say penis pie. And I thought about it for a second. He was like, that's just cream pie. And I looked at him.
Technically, I mean, technically correct, I guess.
Yeah. Not wrong.
There we go. Alright, I need to find a store that sells. I'm also
viewers. Question for the viewers, do you like cream pie?
Cream pie?
And if you do, what
why
kind
is
of...
your answer yes?
And why is your answer yes? There it is. Lemon.
Shame, brain cell, you love to see it.
Hell yeah.
Alright, I need to find a store, sell the shit, get that flamethrower and burn things.
When Kiwi gets auto-modded for putting cream pie in chat.
Oh, hell yeah. Who doesn't want a cream pie?
In fact, she's asking what cream pie actually is.
Delicious.
The best thing ever, obviously.
So good. I'll tell you what, Kiwi. I'll give you a cream pie.
Yo!
Hey, yo!
First time experience? Oh, yeah.
Wait, Kiwi's never had a cream pie? Oh, dear.
Kiwi, I got you.
Yeah.
Say them, to be honest, I can't go vegan. It's not possible. Dude, let me tell you, I honestly can as well. Like, I understand, I respect people who can, but meat's just too delicious, man.
I can't get through a day without putting meat in my mouth.
Meat and food is just too delicious, man. I gotta say. Nice hot sausage. Oh.
Oh, yeah, God. Don't even get me started.
Oh.
Thick and meaty.
With all the sauce dripping down the mouth. Oh my
nice
God.
and juicy, good shit.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie though, I fucking hate hot dogs unless they're cut up. I cannot eat hot dogs unless they're like in teeny little pieces because again I am a baby.
I like cutting hot dogs into macaroni and cheese. Like that's my way of eating hot dogs.
That is the superior way of eating hot dogs. I will have no backsass. I will have no rebuttal.
Good. Yeah. Listen, I get a lot of like inquisitive looks whenever I talk about food and my preferences of food. Here's a weird one. I like eating white rice with ranch occasionally. Not always, but I'll
you know what?
pour ranch on them.
If you cut up some chicken breast into that, I'm in.
Yeah, you know what?
True?
That's right.
Yeah.
Hello, Jim.
Yeah, I'm in for that.
I will slice and dice those macarons for you. Don't you worry.
Thank you, Chris. I'm just reading chat.
Alright, what am I doing now? Oh, yeah, I can blow. Wait, actually, let me save first.
Absolutely, Kiwi. Give us your hot take on your controversial food.
I'm always down for controversial food takes. I got a flamethrower! My eyes!
Jesus, I got flashbacks.
Could you at least step back like 10 feet, man?
Caution.
Do you not love mac and cheese that much?
Excuse me?
Oh, I might have to rescind my offer.
Gotta say, that's a deal breaker. That's a deal.
That's in my top 10.
That's a moist hole.
I lived off of an entire month of just nothing but Alfredo. I can't not like Jesus Christ.
It's my wife. It's my wife.
Cool.
Sorry.
On the mind.
Incubus, you gotta hook her up after this.
Yeah. He's in a Val match. He won't have time. Honestly?
Sounds like that man's having the time of his fucking life. Holy shit.
So mac and cheese that comes out of a box does not count?
Absolutely. Yep.
No, we don't do that.
You gotta make that shit.
You gotta make that shit. You gotta boil a little pasta, get that cheese, maybe some milk.
A little bit of that. I like adding a little bit of sour cream in with the cheese while it's melting down. Makes it that much creamier.
Oh,
so good.
You're the creamy guy. Okay, I see.
I'm a creamy guy.
We creamy dudes. What do you mean?
I like cream.
I
like cream. You go.
Let's pause the cream pie for a second. I know very hard.
I'm in.
Sorry, hard. Me personally, I'm as plain as it gets. I'm such a plain Jane. I have two modes. Oh, okay, three. I like Alfredo. I like pasta with like ground beef inside of it and like all cheesy and with the red sauce. That shit tastes so good. And then I like just butter noodles. Just putting a whole pot of noodles by itself and then just slapping some butter all over it and calling it a day. Maybe some broccoli for cool and spicy.
I'll hit you up with a recipe sometime, too. But yeah, no, all of that sounds good to me.
Also, as a retangent into the cream pies, one is, sorry, we are full. No. And then there's another one's like, give them hope, give them strength, they'll last a bit longer. We're so fucked. Hey, it's okay to be fucked. Oh god, I feel like they put just a little bit of humor in this depressing game. I love it. Help me. Alright, let's see. Alright, who wants to get scorched?
Coco.
Who's first? Come on. Alright. Thank you for the big volunteer.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like some fire?
Potatoes? I like boiled potatoes. I like them mashed. I like them as fries.
Whoa!
Homemade fries are delicious.
Are you not dead, sir? Sir, I made you
extra.
Yes. We will accept no debate on this. The council has decreed it.
I do love me some mashed potatoes too, though.
Mashed potatoes are great.
Like the mashed potatoes that aren't fully creamy, just a little bit lumpy.
A little bit, just a little bit.
I can't agree with that one. I'll be honest. I like them creamy.
I mean, I like a little bit of lumpage. It lets me know that it's good.
You take your lady lumps. I will take my cream and only cream.
You know what? You know what? I'll accept that. That's fine. I'll take that.
You have to boil the potato before you mash it.
I mean, you could be daring and just eat the potato, you know, raw.
See,
I've tried that before, just as a joke. Not good. Not good.
Yeah, I also have. Not as a joke, just as like a curiosity thing. I was just like, how does this taste? And I bit it. And,
crunch.
Yeah.
I committed to the bit. I finished that potato. But damn, it was
Committed to the bit. Damn. Was it worth it though?
No.
Yeah, I get it.
Absolutely not.
Hey Satan, have you ever heard of the 27-pound mac and cheese Costco bucket? I'm sorry, the fucking what? 27-pound mac and cheese bucket? Are you trying to give me a heart attack?
Yeah.
Oh, you brought a friend? I mean, sure.
Did you just say 27-pound mac and cheese bucket?
You heard me. 27 pound mac and cheese bucket.
Damn. That's foreplay right there. You got me. You got me.
I don't know. That's. Could you, sir? Look. All right. This is not how I get my rocks off. Okay. We're talking about creamy business. You are not creamy. Okay. Thank you.
Kind of gooey, maybe.
No, it was sticky.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Not the good kind of sticky.
Well.
I don't like any of these adjectives.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Shit. I don't know. Wait,
Enough
did I just do
to
like an electric slide? No, this is a little bit of an error.
You alive, Nux?
Yeah, no, I'm just listening.
Just having a grand old time listening to us talk about cream pies and lumps and creams.
Yeah.
I mean, the banter's been fantastic.
It really has been. It's been back and forth with Fred. So.
As for actually covering the topics that we decided to talk about, I don't think we're doing such a good job on that. But I don't think it's been bad.
we started, we got there, and then we tangented like five times.
Man,
that's just how a podcast goes.
That's how it goes.
I mean, we're gonna go off on tangents. I don't think that we can help it. There's too many personalities here. But yeah.
If Devil, I swear to God, no.
I'm bad. No, you're the guest. I'm the asshole who keeps cutting you off. You go.
I will flip a coin. I'll do it again.
Flip a coin. Do it.
She's prettier than me.
Let me go first.
Oh shit!
It's the coin. Nuts, I have a question.
Could you all? Look, I don't appreciate the back massage, okay?
Ignore the fighting in the background. So I have a question for you, Nuts. Have you ever dressed up for Halloween? And if you did, which one was your favorite costume that you've ever done?
I tried to dress up near enough every Halloween. I mean, I even worked at a bar, a busy bar in town, and I dress up every Halloween for it. I think I've done Dead Schoolgirl, I've done obviously the normals like witch, vampire. I think I even did like a vampire bride at one time, and my mum let me use her old wedding dress. Obviously I didn't put fake blood and stuff on it, but I was able to wear her old wedding dress.
Oh wow.
I've done Evil Alice, where it was like Alice in Wonderland dress, and I just absolutely doused it in like fake blood and stuff.
Please tell me you did.
Love it. Love it.
So, I mean, I couldn't really pick a favorite.
That's fair enough. All those sound awesome.
Halloween's amazing, so.
What am I? Excuse me.
Let me throw your question back at you, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
See about that. Again, I was never a Halloween person. I like the vibes, and that's kind of it. And I think the only costume that I ever remember having was when I was like a wee baby lemon, and she was in a Snow White dress. And I was never one who liked dresses, so I was crying the entire night.
Oh.
But yeah, I do really want to try dressing up or like just cosplaying in general. Sounds fun to me, but I just never had the confidence or the character to do it. So it's just no one comes to mind.
Okay.
I've got no answer for that.
Fair enough. I've done a lot of costumes over the years. I mean, not just for Halloween either, because I've done cosplaying and stuff like that in the past. But I think in terms of like actual Halloween costumes, I don't know what my favorite would be, but I know which one I've done multiple times because I just enjoyed it. So I'm gonna give some polarizing information. They're not possibly polarizing, maybe just like something that people will laugh at a little bit. I'm kind of a juggalo, so
true. Real?
True. I love me some ICP. I love me some Twitch.
Yes, sir.
And so I've done like Violent J, Shaggy 2Do, like full like face paint and stuff on a couple of occasions, and I've really enjoyed doing that. I've also have like my own design that I've done before, so I like doing that.
That's so sick, dude.
But I think other than that, probably my favorite costume that I did was a couple of years ago. I did fuck, I'm blanking on the name of the movie right now, but it was based on it. Purge. I did a Purge costume, but like I went all out on it. Like I had like this creepy as hell friggin' like mask, and I like painted up the front of it to like have like different like nasty little comments on it. And I got my hands on an actual chainsaw and took the chain off of it and was like running around with that.
Hell
shit. Yeah. And like I was just terrorizing people. Like I went to a party with the chainsaw, and I just walked in the door and like lit it up, and like everybody in the room screamed. And I'm running across the room.
Oh,
that's sick.
That's fucking awesome.
It was dope. It's awesome. I do love that.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I can say.
How about you, Sid? Best costume.
Well, I wasn't really all that into the costumes, all that. No, that's a lie. My best costume, I would say I was the Grim Reaper. Death. Death.
I dig it.
Okay, I can't shoot through that. Alright, cool. Yeah, I was Death as a young wee babysitter. And let me tell you, I had a fake, like, prosthetic scythe and everything.
Okay.
So good. I think the other one I had, or the other one I liked more was, I was Ichigo, of course. It's fucking weeb.
Yeah, I just remember. Yep.
I had the hollow mask, I had the sword, I had the outfit, everything.
You had the mask.
Love it.
I had the mask and everything. The one with the horns.
It felt like a badass.
Oh, it was amazing. So that has to be my favorite one.
I mean, that costume instantly makes your dick 2 inches longer.
Oh,
it's
dude.
just,
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, no idea. Medical log. Dr. Demos G, medical examiner. Report of death on ship. One death? It's like, everyone's dead. Subject, Captain Matthias B. Yeah, we only reported this one death. Everyone else could go fuck themselves, you know.
We saw one guy on
he's the captain. He's kind of important, you know. It is my sad duty to officially pronounce Captain Benjamin Matthias dead. Reports of exact circumstances surrounding his death are conflicted and beyond the scope of my role. I can only report on the body. You know what? Do what you're getting paid for, and that's it. I don't blame you. The subject was in generally good health for his age, though a cursory blood test indicates that his leukocyte count was very low, with, I'm not gonna try and pronounce that, in particularly almost non-existent. His pre-flight physical exam showed no such problems, indicating rapid onset. However, it is unlikely that this had any effect on his death. Multiple contusions on the arms and hands, indicating a brief struggle pre-mortem, Slight contusion around the ribcage, suggesting his chest was restrained in some way. Cause of death was a single prolonged trauma to the ocular body, which continued onto the cavity wall, and finally into the frontal lobe. Cause of wrapping, neurotrauma, seizure, and death. The force required to puncture the ocular cavity in this manner is great, and the possibility of self-infliction correspondingly low. I therefore have no alternative but to record a preliminary verdict of unlawful death. Whether deliberate or accidental is beyond my jurisdiction. So he just fancy word and say, somebody got murdered!
I'm gonna need the VOD for this, because that was great ASMR. I'm not gonna lie. I was having a sneeze. It was delightful.
I should do more ones. I've done them once in my 24
I mean, I was talking about doing like a visual novel for one of these at some point in time.
I also want to do one. I saw the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. I want to do that. That looks amazing.
Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
I think we're going to do that for a podcast, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Alright, now where am I going? Okay, straight ahead.
I want to make a visual novel so bad, because I am such a character artist, so I love just drawing the same character over and over again, whatever my hyperfixation is for that day. And I feel like a visual novel would be pretty good for that.
It will be good.
I want to make one so bad. I already have an idea for it and everything. I just don't know how to game, how to make games.
I mean, with a visual novel, like the primary thing is like making the art, right?
Basically, just make your art, make your story, and then the game follows suit afterward.
Because like the actual programming of the game for something like that is very simplistic. Like you could probably find somebody to do that reasonably cheaply. Like I don't think it'll be that hard to build. But yeah, like if you had the art and you had the story, like I don't think it'd be that hard to get it finished.
I probably just make a Google slide. Just call it a thing.
For real. But I do have a friend who does do some video game programming. I could put you in contact with them. Serious, we're trying to go after.
That's probably something for like a later thing. I've definitely got enough projects as it is.
Sure.
My workload right now.
We've got bigger problems. The ship's engines are offline and our orbit is decaying. Get over to the engineering deck ASAP while I stay here and figure out where the problem is.
We know what the problem is. Shit's whack, yo. Everyone's dead. That's a big noise. That's a big boy.
I actually want. Oh. Okay,
sorry.
this time I'm going.
Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna grab the coin. It's right next to me.
No. I got this. No, I actually wanna question Nuts on something.
Grilling Nuts today?
Yeah. How you feeling, Nuts? How you making out? You doing okay? Okay. So we were talking earlier about Jack the Ripper. Alright. I was kinda excited to talk about it if you still want to.
I'm down to talk about Jack the Ripper.
Overall, okay.
Is he not one of the most infamous
Did you want me to start, or?
Go right ahead.
I mean, yeah, go ahead if you want to.
So like the whole like obviously like the murders and like how they never caught the killer and stuff just always sort of fascinated me, and I feel like it was never like we learnt it in school here, but I feel like you never really got like you don't really hear about it as much as an adult. Like obviously there's documentaries and stuff you can watch, but it's not like talked about often. And like the documentaries aren't like sort of advertised a lot, like, oh hey, like a Jack the Ripper documentary just came up, like is now like on Netflix and stuff like that. It's not really sort of a thing anymore. But I always think I think it's a really cool discussion topic because you can always ask people what their theories are and stuff, and I think like me and Devil kind of did that a bit earlier when we were researching, because of stuff like obviously like I won't go into too much detail with the murders because they are quite graphic, and I don't know what sort of TOS is like with this.
They're a special kind of fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a special kind of fucked up. So we'll try and sort of tone it down a little bit. That there will still be some sort of graphic speech going on. So if anyone is sort of a bit
warning, gore warning, everybody. Yeah, if you are sensitive and squeamish, please leave the stream right now. Come back in like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna read out the paragraphs that are on this page that I'm looking at, which it's the canonical 5. So there were some murders beforehand where they were like, after the canonical 5 happened, where they were like, could these murders have been related to that, like the ones before, or you know, but I'm gonna sort of just sort of focus on the ones that everyone was like, this was Jack the Ripper, this is what, you know, he did. So the canonical 5 Ripper victims were Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Dowles, and Mary Jane Kelly. The first woman to die was Mary Ann Nichols. And one thing to sort of remember about these women, they were all what ladies they like. They were prostitutes. Yeah, they were ladies of the night. They sold to men for money.
They were hustling out there.
They were making that bread, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so they would sort of they were quite easy targets, and I don't think that if these murders hadn't have been so brutal, I don't think they would have cared. Because obviously back in those days, if anyone living on the streets, any sort of, you know, ladies of the night died or went missing or anything, no one really cared. It wasn't really, you know. Yeah. It was
one less problem for them to deal with, right?
Yeah, exactly. But because these were so brutal, they were kind of like, I think probably what was going through their heads was, is this something we're going to have to worry about becoming, you know, more people, like just everyday people, like your factory worker? Is it going to go higher than that? Is it going to go to maybe like the lords and ladies, that sort of high? Which is probably why they kind of, they were like, shit, this is a problem.
If I can interject there, one of the theories that I've encountered when sort of looking over that was that the lords and ladies may have been involved in some way there.
Yeah.
Because there is a theory that they were killed, that a lot of them were killed because of like there was a cover-up. Like the movie From Hell is basically that story, like that particular angle of it. Where they're trying to...
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was based off of one of the letters that was sent out to journalists or police detectives or something, because there was a letter that was sent out and it was called From Hell.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, I'll let you continue. Sorry for cutting you off there.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You're absolutely fine. If anyone wants to interject at any point, you're more than welcome to. So yeah, the body of Mary Ann Nichols was discovered at about 20 to 4 a.m. on Friday, the 31st of August, 1888, in Bucks Row. Nichols had been last seen alive approximately 1 hour before the discovery of her body. So I feel like that is an insanely short amount of time for what happened to her. Between her being last being seen and her body being found. So the discovery of her body was someone called Mrs. Emily Holland. I don't think that's very important about who found her body, but it was just that's who found the body. With whom she had previously shared a bed at a common lodging house in Fall Street, walking in the direction of Whitechapel Road. Her throat was severed by 2 deep cuts, one of which completely severed all of the tissue down to the vertebrae. So, like, that was like a deep cut. Like, that went down to her spine.
Yeah.
Like,
she was basically
that's...
Not to make light, but she was basically turned into a fucking peasant. Right?
Yeah, so, like, she was basically turned into nearly headless Nick, you know?
Yeah.
There was some genital mutilation. Obviously, I won't go into detail.
No, that's that we maybe not say so, but we will talk about that.
Yeah. So that's like kind of got pretty brutal. The lower part of her abdomen was partly ripped open with a deep, jagged wound, causing her bowels to protrude from her body.
Yeah.
There were several other incisions inflicted to both sides of her abdomen. Also, it was caused by the same knife. Each of these wounds had been inflicted in a downward thrusted manner.
Interesting.
So, like, sort of leaning over you, but rather than pointing towards the body, they were pointing downwards.
What I find interesting about it is how intact everything was. Like,
see, it almost seemed like clean precision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
So they've not gone facing towards the body. They've gone sort of at an angle, so it's the blade sort of facing towards the killer if they were leaning over her, like face to face. So there had to be some sort of thought process there where they were like, if I go straight in, like straight down, then there's going to be like organ damage, or there's going to be more blood, or something's gone through their head where they're like, I can't do it just going straight in, I have to do it at this angle.
It almost seems as though like they must have had some knowledge of anatomy, because they knew how to cut to not hit anything underneath.
Yeah, because like there was nowhere to say that the parts of the body that had come out were damaged in any way.
Yeah, like clean cuts.
Yeah. So coming off of that, 1 week later, oh sorry, like before I go back to that, actually, like the like I was saying, like the time frame within this happening, that's insane to me. Like they've said like this happened within like a 5-minute sort of time frame. Like all of these things happened in such a short period of time.
And to think that like someone could manage to do that in that small of a period of time, absolutely, in my opinion, it required precision and knowledge. Like you couldn't just let a random person on the street who successfully achieved that.
Yeah, like a lot of like crimes, especially crimes that have happened within the last sort of like 20 or so years. If anyone wanted to do that sort of damage, like that sort of mutilation to someone, without, you know, being caught, they wouldn't be able to do it within an hour.
No.
There would have to be
very quick, very concise.
Yeah. So like that, I feel like the person who's even if like the other bodies, obviously we know they are, but even if the other murders weren't related, like this person had to have known what they were doing.
Absolutely.
To get it done in that short period of time.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. But yeah, so 1 week later, on Saturday the 8th of September 1888, the body of Annie Chapman was discovered at approximately 6 a.m. near the steps to the doorway of the backyard of 29 Hanbury Street. As in the case of Nichols, the throat was severed by two deep cuts. Her abdomen had been cut entirely open, with a section of the flesh from her stomach being placed upon her left shoulder, and another section of skin and flesh, it doesn't say what it was, plus her small intestines removed and placed above her right shoulder. That seems extremely specific place to put them.
really does.
Absolutely
Like it
premeditated.
wasn't just taken out and dumped off to the side. Like they specifically wanted those in those areas.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like think of like what surgical practices at that point in time would have been like, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that like that's probably roughly where you would sit that stuff when you're taking it out in the surgery, you know? At least
it wasn't like she's dead anyway. I could just chuck it like over there. Like I don't need this in front of me. It's in the way. This was like I need to place this here and this bit here.
It's very meticulous for some reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very like if they're not like a doctor or something, it's a very OCD way of doing it.
So either they were
like,
very well trained, or they were psychologically very disturbed, or both.
Both. That could also be an option.
You could be both. Like I'm not sure how many doctors you've been to where they would just randomly start pulling out your organs.
Literally dismembering you bit by bit.
Yeah.
Quite on par with the game we're playing.
So, Chapman's autopsy also revealed that sections of her bladder and the genital parts had been removed. It didn't. So I'm assuming that they didn't know that they weren't there until the autopsy, because obviously, if they were there, they would have said, "Oh, it was placed here."
Yeah.
Which means this person has taken these parts and just taken them with them.
I would bet that like the first 10 people that walked into that room walked straight back out and vomited afterwards. Like it wouldn't have been the sort of thing that we're making a mental inventory of, like very comfortably.
But but I'm sure if they're able to notice the like her intestines and stuff are above her shoulders, you'd notice if there was other body parts there that have been put next to the body.
Absolutely, but I'm thinking that maybe they took those parts.
Yeah, I think they took those parts because it just says they've been removed. It didn't say that, you know, they were placed somewhere.
Something were taken or whatever.
Yeah.
The fact that
can we bring up the concept of cannibalism now? Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
I mean,
it's not off the table. It's not off the table.
I mean, technically, we do. There is a legal way for cannibalism to be a thing. So
we do eat people.
When a woman gives birth, right, the doctors will offer to give you the placenta.
Yeah, isn't that?
Keep the placenta, and they have said that it's. Some people cook it up and eat it.
Yeah, isn't that a thing? Isn't that a thing in like the animal kingdom when babies are born, then the mother would eat the placenta?
They pretty much always do. Yeah, pretty much always do. Because it's so full of nutrients and stuff. It's good for them.
Yeah, it's very nutrient dense. It's a good way to get their calories back on what they lost just giving birth.
Yeah, exactly. And doctors have said that you can do that. Like as a human, you can do that if you want to take the placenta home so you can cook it up. They will stick it in a takeaway tub for you and let you take it home.
Interesting.
I think that being still a part of the body, like regardless of whether it's obviously not always there, but like a woman will obviously grow that.
I just feel bad for the poor teenager.
I'd say that is still a part of the human body, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So to me, that is still technically counts as cannibalism.
I would absolutely agree with that. I just feel bad for the poor teenage kid that like goes into their mom's fridge and goes, "Ooh, what's this?" Fires it in the microwave.
Like, I love liver and onion.
Oh my god,
this is so good. What is this?
It's aged to perfection. Yeah, it's aged. How old are you?
Aged to perfection.
Yeah, it's aged. How old are you? 16. 16 years.
I don't know how many of you have actually seen one of these things because they're not a thing that would look edible. I don't think.
No, it does not.
No, they're all.
It looks like a bloody sack.
looks like a purse made out of skin and veins. It's just it's terrible.
A fashion statement.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you were goth enough, you might be able to pull it off.
Yeah, the ultra culture people.
Oh yeah. I thought how would that taste? I'm assuming it'd be very metallic tasting, because it is. It's just dense with nerves. Like
there'll be
blood vessels
a
and
lot
whatnot.
of blood involved in that.
Yeah, really high in iron for sure.
Oh yeah. Very nutritious. Not gonna lie, but holy shit.
Tasty.
Gotta get that freshly deep fried placenta.
No, let's not have that. Chat over that.
Big placenta. Barbecue placenta.
With rice and ranch.
Rice and ranch. Yes.
So this is actually coming off of, this next bit is actually coming off of, like, it's still the same murder, but there's a bit more evidence to it, even though they still haven't figured out who it is. So, at the inquest into Chapman's murder, Elizabeth Long described having seen Chapman standing outside of 29 Hanbury Street, which, if you remember, that's where she was found. Yeah. Like, a few steps away from there. At about 5:30 a.m. in the company of a dark-haired man wearing a brown deerstalker hat and dark overcoat, and of a shabby genteel appearance. According to this eyewitness, the man had asked Chapman, "Will you?" to which Chapman had replied, "Yes."
Interesting.
Now, obviously, that's not a lot to go off of, but I should sort of urge you to remember just roughly the description that this person has given of who she saw, because it's important to it. It's important to it, yeah. So the next one, this one had me and Devil with like so many theories. So this is the third and the fourth murder. So Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Endows were both killed in the early morning hours of Sunday the 30th of September. So this is a double murder night. So every time that he's murdered so far, it's been one person. Like, it was one person, a week later, another person.
Always lovely.
This one was 2 women in one night.
And given the level of precision that we've already established, this person
and within hours of each other as well. So it's not even like he waited all day and then did it again. It was within hours.
So what it feels like to me is there wasn't just one Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, you see where we kind of went with our discussion earlier.
That's where so there were like, I'll get back to that.
It feels like a Dark Brotherhood kind of thing.
Yeah, I will follow up on that.
Interesting.
So Stride's body was discovered at approximately 1 a.m. in Dutfield's yard off Berners Street. The cause of death was a single clear-cut incision measuring 6 inches across her neck, which had severed her left carotid artery and her trachea before terminating beneath her right jaw. The absence of any further mutilations to her body has led to uncertainty as to whether Stride's murder was committed by the Ripper or whether he was interrupted during the attack.
I would have to think that there was some interruption there.
One of the things that me and Devil had here is if the killer was interrupted, right, no way would he have been able, or she, have been able to get away, like heard the noise and then get away in time without anyone seeing.
That seems too close.
That if they weren't working alone, maybe they had someone as a lookout, and that lookout came running in and was like, "Bro, we gotta get them.
Yo, we gotta fucking dip, bro.
Yeah, we gotta fucking dip. Like, some people are coming. Like, we gotta go."
Yeah, put a fork in this one. We'll move on to another.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll be back. We're back.
And then maybe they had that conversation like, we didn't get to finish it. We need to finish it. Like maybe they had an ulterior motive. It was maybe they were trying to learn something. Maybe
they were trendsetters.
Maybe it was a ritual of some kind. You know, like maybe they had to get an amount of death kills and do it in a certain way because these are very specific ways to kill someone. Maybe they had to do it in very specific ways for a ritual of some kind. Maybe they were really religious, you know?
Could be.
Religion has brought people to do some terrible things.
Yeah, exactly, see? So, and then, sorry, I'm just trying to look back at where I was so I'm not rereading it. So several witnesses later informed police they had seen Stride in the company of a man in or close to Burner Street on the evening of 29th of September, which was the night of her death, basically, because obviously she was found 1 a.m. on the Sunday the 30th.
Which, the fact that there were so many witnesses definitely kind of points to that they very well were likely cut off. Like that somebody showed up and they had to boom.
Mm-hmm. But each gave a differing description.
Yeah.
Some said that her companion was fair, others dark. Some said that he was shabbily dressed, others well dressed.
Now the centrifuge is off.
Now, if you remember when I said you need to sort of keep an eye on, like remember how he was described, that the other person was described, seen with one of the other victims. It was saying like sort of he was, it was a shabby, genteel appearance and stuff like that. Yet, if it was already made apparent that they were very shabbily dressed, and again, some people have said that they're shabbily dressed.
Well,
why
these people
have
are just
they remembered seeing someone well dressed? Why are they remembering seeing someone who isn't dressed like, you know, like in ragged clothing and stuff like that? Like they're remembering seeing someone well dressed.
Well,
it makes me think that could be part of the there's more than one person involved. So they were seeing two people. They were seeing one person well dressed and one person shabbily dressed, and they were both working together with these murders.
It's horrifying to think of someone walking down the street and seeing a murderer pass by you without even knowing. One that had just committed a murder minutes prior. That's horrifying.
About that, I read an article once, and I won't go too far off on this tangent, but I do just want to make this point because it's kind of relevant to what you just said. I read an article once that stated that over the span of your lifetime, you will be in the room with somebody that's killed somebody else.
That's all you will.
Like it's
whether it was accidental or whether it was defense or malicious or whatever, you will be in the presence of someone who's murdered someone at some point in your life.
Yeah. So sleep well tonight, kids.
Oh yeah. Sleep well.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
This is the second body that was found that night. Dow's body was found in a corner of Meter Square in the city of London, 3/4 of an hour after the discovery of the body of Elizabeth Stride. So within 45 minutes, they had managed to leave the area, find someone else, murder and then mutilate the body, and within 45 minutes.
That's
fucking different area.
So, first off, you had to have a means of transport because you did not travel that far that quickly on foot. So there was a carriage.
Also, being that late at night, I don't think you need to have this carriage though.
Yeah, it would make a lot of noise.
It would make too much noise. It would draw too much attention to you.
Then I strained gratuitously to understand how they traveled so far.
Maybe, okay, here's a thought. Maybe they had like, I would say, relays or checkpoints where somebody was at different posts, and then just pop off. Say, Jack the Ripper's stationed off in 7 seconds.
London had, back in those days, London had tunnels under the city.
Yeah.
Maybe they were using the tunnels to get around as well, because it would sure as hell shorten some of that time taken, where you'd have to, cross roads, turn corners, that sort of thing. If they could get into those tunnels, just a straight shot to wherever you want to go.
The other thing is that we know that this person is extremely methodical. These people are extremely methodical, right? So there's a very high likelihood that they staked everything out, that they knew exactly where these people would be and what time they would be there. Which would have made it much easier for them to find the targets if they'd been watching them for a couple days previous. Which is
maybe the second body wasn't supposed to be done that night, but they panicked and said, well, we need to get another one done, so...
Yeah.
And with how well they've done this, within 45 minutes as well, I think that they had already planned out, well, if something goes wrong, this is what we do.
Yeah. This
and
is
they
our
had
secondary target.
Yeah, they had different plans for different scenarios of what would happen. Which is also insane. Like, this is so thought out. It's not just a spur of the moment. This was
planned like way ahead. They were like 5 moves ahead in the chess game.
Yeah, this was premeditated. Very heavily premeditated, I think. Yeah, so this was 45 minutes after the discovery of the other body. Her throat was severed from ear to ear, and her abdomen ripped open by a long, deep, jagged wound before her intestines had been placed over her right shoulder, with a section of intestines being completely detached and placed between her body and her left arm. But there is a diagram. I will not be showing you.
No, let's not.
No. That's a little further than we need to go.
Yeah, Dead Space is gory enough, but it's fictional, so it's a little past.
It is just a drawing. It's someone's drawing of it, but it's just no. I have to.
Our rendition is still pretty. It can get pretty fucking bad.
Certainly
it's not pretty. The left kidney and the major part of Adele's genitals had been removed, and her face had been disfigured, with her nose severed, her cheeks slashed, and cuts measuring 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch respectively vertically incised through each of her eyelids. A triangular incision, the apex of which, so obviously like the tip of the triangle, pointed towards Adele's eyes, had also been carved upon each of her cheeks, and a section of the auricle and lobe of her right ear was later recovered from her clothing. So, like, this was way more brutal than the other ones. Like, they are taking a major step up each time. Like, they're taking a step up, but this one was like and I don't know if it was they were so angry that they couldn't finish off the first one, that they've just rage bladed through this one, and
they rage bladed.
I would think that, like, normally when they would do this, they would come into the situation relatively calm, right? Because they've been planning it and they were ready for it. In this instance, though, they're coming off of an adrenaline-filled situation where they were probably evading capture or being caught, right? And then walking into this scenario and still trying to do it, but way more wound up than they would normally be.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But also, this could have been planned for the first body, had it not, or for the first victim of that night, had they not been interrupted. Obviously, we don't know this. Like, they could have, because they have taken a step up each time, like, they could have planned this all through, but I feel like this is like a major leap for that. Like,
yeah, it does feel like, I mean, it doesn't feel like incremental growth at all. It feels like they jumped off a cliff.
Yeah. So the police surgeon who conducted the post-mortem upon Adele's body stated his opinion these mutilations would have taken at least 5 minutes to complete.
Interesting.
But the fact like this, if the first one within an hour blew your mind, this is a whole new level, because this was it within 45 minutes of the first body being discovered, right? So first body is discovered, 45 minutes later another body is discovered, and to this extent as well. So either it is multiple people doing it and they both had a victim that night that they had to try and get rid of, and the first person was caught out, but the other person was able to, you know, continue on as they wished. Or they have managed to get to a different area, found their victim.
Oh shit. I'm gonna die. Oh no!
I'm sure that's also what he was saying that night too. Yeah. Managed to do all of this within 5 minutes and then leave the area.
I mean, that screams two-person job. I can't imagine you can do that.
There's no way they're able to get to a completely different area, do all of this and get out within 45 minutes.
Yeah, that does not sound like something that one person would be able to do that quickly.
Yeah.
That has to be like a team thing. At least two.
Yeah, at minimum. So a local cigarette salesman named Joseph Lawrend, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I can't have him, you know, had passed by a narrow walkway to meet a square named Church Passage with two friends shortly before the murder. He later described a fair.
I love how your body explodes when that story.
It just explodes.
It's fine, it's all part.
It's all part of his plan. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
He later described seeing a fair-haired man of medium build of a shabby appearance with a woman who may have been Adele's. Lauren's companions were unable to confirm his description. That's kind of weird. Like, obviously, I understand if you're freaking out because you've just realised that, you know, you saw someone who was about to get murdered earlier and you just didn't know about it. But also, like, you know, you're getting so many different eyewitnesses saying that they look shabby or they look well dressed, and you've now got three people. One person can only only one person has a description. The others are like, well, I don't know what I saw.
That sounds like fear to me. Like, if your response is straight up, I don't know, that's because you just don't want to say. You would have been able to bring up some descriptor.
Yeah,
right?
Maybe because they weren't even the ones that found the body. Like, you'd understand if they'd found the body and they'd seen someone fleeing the scene, and you're a bit hazy because you know you've just seen someone with their face mutilated, their organs hanging out. You know, that's fair enough. But they weren't the ones that discovered the body. They were just people that had seen potentially the victim when she was still alive.
Yeah.
You know? Which makes it seem like they know who the Ripper is, but they're too scared that something's going to happen to them if they say anything.
They're going to get gone.
The idea that plants in my head is that whoever they saw was someone they knew, they recognized, which means that the person must have been a recognizable figure, like someone with power or importance.
Obviously, when we get to the suspects, there are a few people out of the suspects that it could have been as well. Obviously, we don't know much about the people who like we only know the name of the person that described the guy. We don't know much about his two friends other than they were his friends. But I think the fact that he's a cigarette salesman should be, like, you should remember that for when we get to the suspects, because it may help you with your own theories if, like, when we get to that part. Sorry.
Breathe.
So the murders of Stride and Adals ultimately became known as the double event.
The double event.
Because it was the only time there was 2 murders in one night.
Interesting. Oh, hello.
So this is going on to, we're still talking about Adal's body. Like, this is how extreme these 2 murders were. A section of Adal's bloodied apron was found at the entrance to a tenement in Goulston Street in Whitechapel at 2:55 a.m. A chalk inscription upon the wall directly above the piece of apron read, "The Jews are the men that will not be blamed for nothing." This graffiti, that's basically what it says. It's using an old word for graffiti, but it's basically that's what it says. Became known as the Goulston Street graffiti. The message appeared to imply that a Jew or Jews in general were responsible for the series of murders, but it is unclear whether the graffiti was written by the murderer on dropping the section of apron or was merely incidental and nothing to do with the case.
I've always kind of felt like.
Sorry, Karen.
Sorry to cut you off, but I've always kind of felt like that was like probably some racist prick just trying to
But it's also the fact that they must have known that was a part of clothing from a victim. Like, they saw that and went, that is someone who has been murdered. Let's blame it on these people that we don't know, we don't understand. But you have to think, do they know who the real killer is and they're just using this as a way to blame them? Or do they just go, look, we know this is a murder victim, we don't care, we're going to blame them anyway because we need them out of our town.
I can hear them moving outside.
You know, that in itself, without knowing anything else, can fly so many theories. Whether they knew the actual killer, or even the fact that they said if it was the killer, is this part of the killer's motives to try and put the blame onto someone to get them chased out of town.
It would be very smart of the killer to try and get it would be smart and really not smart depending on how you see it. If you are somebody who people know that you have a dislike for a certain group of people or race or whatever, and you effectively get that race
But I mean,
out.
I feel like back in those days that was a fairly common thing for sort of anyone that wasn't just like a man of God.
I also think that, like, from what we can tell about this person these people, we kind of know that they like the spotlight. It seems like they like the spotlight. Why would they ever want to misdirect toward anybody else? I don't think that the killer was responsible at all for that.
Again, like, if this was the killer, I do agree with Satan where I say, like, it was both smart and dumb at the same time, but for very different reasons. So it was smart because they thought that, they thought far enough into it that they're gonna think that this is my motive, this is the reason that I want this happening. It's gonna get like sort of thrown out into the media. It's gonna get
so many views on Instagram.
Yeah, like newspapers are going to be screaming and shouting about the fact that Jews are to blame. This is why I want this to happen. Also, it was very dumb of them to think that people were smart enough to think that far into it as well.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the police don't know how the murderer or murderers are thinking. They don't know how, you know, their brains work.
No,
they're just finding bodies and going, fuck. Yeah, they're just finding bodies and being like, fuck, we've got another one. We need to find this person.
Yeah.
No, they're not thinking, how is the killer thinking? What, you know, can we decipher how the killer thinks and work out what their next moves are going to be? That sort of thing. It's not what they're thinking. They're panicking. Kind of like Satan is now.
Very similar to this movie.
Didn't think I could just jump into the void. I thought he would like magnet hands away with it. That did not pan out very well.
But like this next bit kind of shows that it was a bit of a dumb move because the police commissioner Charles Warren actually feared that the graffiti might spark anti-Semitic riots and ordered the writing washed away before dawn. So washed away before anyone could see it.
So it kind of, I would say that kind of hindered their work, or at least their progress by a good much.
Yeah, so regardless of whether it was the killer or just some racist asshole, either way, their plans for that to be seen and for people to be like, shit, it's the Jews.
Hurry, there's an asshole behind me. Run, man, run!
Exactly.
Close the door!
Extensively... Okay, this is now going on to what is thought to be the final victim of the Ripper. There were murders after that, but they aren't sure if that was a copycat or whether it was the same person, or whether maybe another theory that we were kind of going around earlier, whether if it was the accomplice, could it have been a teacher and student situation. So the main murders were obviously like the precision of like a doctor or even a butcher could probably make those incisions pretty, you know, surgically. Maybe teaching his little protege, the person who's going to sort of take over these murders, and maybe because they weren't, you know, bang on the same, maybe the protege was what they thought was the copycat killer, you know? Again, just obviously theories that we have no answers to any of these, but we kind of thought that was a pretty cool, you know, theory and pretty plausible as well.
Yeah, I definitely buy that.
That sounds very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the assumed final victim. So the extensively mutilated and disemboweled body of Mary Jane Kelly was discovered lying on the bed in the single room where she lived. So it wasn't even found on the streets like the other ones. This was found where she lived at 13 Miller's Court off Dorset Street. And this was in Spitalfields. So I didn't mention this earlier. The other 4 bodies were all in Whitechapel. This is in Spitalfields, so sort of like the next town sort of thing, I would say.
Interesting.
Very small towns, so like literally one street you're on. Wait, it's like there's barely, you know,
town neighbors on the street.
They're small, yeah, they're small. Like each town would probably be like a few streets long. That's it, not like the large towns we have sort of today. Yeah, it was discovered at 11:15 a.m. So quite late in the morning compared to the others. On Friday, the 9th of November, 1888. Her face had been hacked beyond all recognition, her throat severed down to the spine, and the abdomen almost emptied of its organs. Her genitals, kidneys, and one breast had been placed beneath her head, and
like
other
a really
viscera
fucked up
from
pillow.
Yes,
we're squishy.
And other viscera from her body placed beside her foot. about the bed and sections of her abdomen and thighs upon a bedside table. The heart was missing from the crime scene. So they took the heart with them, but they removed basically everything else.
Delicious, very high in
and
iron.
even some outer parts as well. Multiple ashes found within the fireplace at 13 Miller's Court suggested Kelly's murderer had burned several combustible items to illuminate the single room as he mutilated her body. A recent fire had been severe enough to melt the solder between a kettle and its spout, which had fallen into the grate of the fireplace. So, like, they went all out for this murder.
Yeah.
Like, this was be-all, end-all, sort of, like, you know.
This is the one. This is gonna make us our internet fame.
They, from sort of how this has been written up, they took their time with this one.
Yeah.
Especially as it was found so late, the fact that they used multiple combustibles to keep the fire going so they could see what they were doing.
They fucking enjoyed that one.
Yeah, they dragged this one out. They made sure everything was precision perfect for this death.
It's so brutal too, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to leave you guys to think about that one for a minute because I do need to pee, but I'm going to let you sort of bounce your theories off before I go further into this.
Interesting. Oh yeah, enjoy your bathroom. Also, I think I might have reached a boss area.
Nice. No.
Yeah.
Lemon.
Hmm?
Oh. Are you okay?
Yes.
Is it this too scary?
You know, I have been quaking in my boots a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I think I'm able to handle it.
Alright. Good. So, I don't know about you guys, but I genuinely think that there were two killers.
I think so as well. There's no way in hell that something like that could happen so quickly, so meticulously, so evenly if there's just one person. It seems too out of reach for just one person.
Plausibly, I feel like 2 people had to be the answer. There's no fucking way, like at all. Especially with how often they're moving around and like how often they're sneaking to places where they definitely shouldn't be. Especially getting into someone's house. I'm imagining with non-consent. Who knows? But like, it's
just pulling the keys out of the pocket. Like, you don't need this, right? I'm gonna just borrow this. I got a key cut. It's fine, right? I'll come in. I'll come in. You know, and just take some milk, neighbor. You know, it's fine.
Some milk.
What I think of the last one is when they ordered her home. It seems like one or both of the potential killers were somebody they trusted enough likely to invite into their home, right? Because you wouldn't have been able to break it.
You would not.
Exactly.
There's no signs of that.
That would create too much noise. They had, you know, neighbors. There was gonna be
whoever it was had to be somebody that she had probably met before.
Met and trusted very fucking well.
Or at least trusted enough to invite into their home.
When we go into the suspects, there is a very interesting suspect.
Yes. I think there's a couple
that
of
that kind of relates to some of the theories that people think of automatically, the suspects they look for with today's murders and stuff, which will be sort of may make you go, holy shit, okay, yeah, you know, fair enough. But I mean, even just off of this murder, I don't. It's not necessarily. It's just you know, they knew it was their last murder because they might have planned more past this. But I feel like this.
It's a huge bitch.
This seems personal.
It does. It does seem personal. It was so much more brutal than any of the previous ones. And I mean, I've heard theories cycle around that, like, well, I've seen theories cycle around it this where like people saying that like, government may have been involved, or, like there may have been some sort of cover-up being done or something like that. And again, I'm kind of tapping into the chunks of story that they use for the From Hell movie, because that's basically the storyline that went within that. But I have read it elsewhere. Is that like?
See, I do have a picture here that says official police photograph, and it doesn't look like a photograph to me. It looks like a drawing, but I think that's just because of how gory it is. Like this, it is vile.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, and the fact that they've taken a picture of this one specifically and said like, yeah, this one can be shared. Like it is.
This one's the least gory. I feel like the children
it's the
will
most gory.
The children will only barf just a wee bit.
Yeah, no, this is the most gory, and it's the picture is vile. Absolutely vile. I like gory films, and I can watch Saw. I'm happy to watch all of the really gory horror shit, right? But even I'm saying this is. Oof. I don't understand how they could have stood in the same room with this. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's bad. It's bad.
Fucking damn it.
Definitely is not something you would be able to share on stream at all.
No.
At all. Look how spooky the month is not the one.
No, yeah. Even with spooky season, this is not the one. So, each of the canonical 5 murders was perpetrated at night on or close to a weekend, either at the end of a month or week, or so after. The mutilations became increasingly severe as the series of murders proceeded, which obviously we'd already sort of discussed that.
So they were perfecting their craft.
Yeah, except for that of Stride, whose attacker may have been interrupted. Nichols was not missing any organs. Chapman's genitals and sections of the bladder were taken. Like, they've said they were taken now. Like, it wasn't even just...
this is mine.
Yeah, no, they took, like, her genitals and her bladder.
This is mine now, you observe.
Had her genitals, left kidney removed, and her face mutilated, and Kelly's body was extensively eviscerated, with her face gashed in all directions, and the tissue of her neck being severed to the bone, although her heart was the sole body organ missing from the crime scene.
Interesting.
Maybe taking all those different random parts from different people. Maybe they were trying to build the perfect woman.
That's a lot of parts, man. That's a lot of parts.
I know.
Historically, the belief these 5 canonical murders were committed by the same perpetrator is derived from contemporaneous documents which link them together to the exclusion of others. So basically, just back in those days, it was the Whitechapel murderer had 5 victims and 5 victims only. They think that it was specifically one person that wanted to murder those 5 specific women. But I still fail to see how they managed to get from one place to the other and do that sort of murder with the double event.
Such a quick amount of time.
There's no way.
There's no
way that was one person.
No way.
We're online and functional.
No. Not with that amount of precision. So, like, obviously, I don't want to go against what a doctor is saying, because obviously, you know, that they're supposed to be the professionals. You know. I do not believe the level of precision that was put into the mutilations, that they had been able to do that in 5 minutes.
Meet me at the bridge. You can do more good here than I can.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that it was possible for that to happen.
I would absolutely agree with you.
So, kind of coming off of that, I'm just gonna, like, it's basically just goes through names and who believes these things and what was in their report and stuff. And it wasn't really anything interesting other than Whitechapel murder had 5 victims and 5 victims only. Some researchers have posited that some of the murders were undoubtedly the work of a single killer, but an unknown larger number of killers acting independently were responsible for the other crimes.
Yeah, we had a copycat for sure in the later crimes.
Authors Stuart P. Evans and Donald Rumbelow argue that the canonical 5 is a Ripper myth and that 3 cases, Nichols, Chapman and Adams, can be definitely linked to the same perpetrator, but that less certainty exists as to whether Stride and Kelly were also murdered by the same individual. Conversely, others suppose that the 6 murders between Tabram and Kelly were the work of a single killer. Obviously, Tabram, I'm assuming, is one of the earlier murders before the canonical 5. Dr. Percy Clark, assistant to the examining pathologist George Bagster Phillips, linked only 3 of the murders and thought that the others were perpetrated by weak-minded individuals induced to emulate the crime, so copycats. So a lot of people think that even within the canonic 5 murders,
some of them are
victims,
fakes.
that some of them aren't, you know, actually.
They aren't actually.
My theory
not
differs
the master. Perhaps 2
they
of them weren't. I mean, I think that still plays into the whole like master and Padawan kind of thought that I had, right?
Yeah, you're gonna mimic the master, put your own little spin on it.
I don't think they went in with the mindset of, you know, this could be like a master and teacher situation.
I think it's more like I'm gonna one-off this man.
Yeah, I think this was very much they were thinking this is either one person or this is 2 people who are both people are very, very experienced, which isn't necessarily the case.
It doesn't even seem as likely as an experienced person showing a less experienced person how to do what they wanted to do. Like,
It's very, very confusing.
There had to be more than one person.
There has to be. Yeah, there's no way in hell. No way in hell that there's not more than one. It has to be. Yeah. Unless this person can fucking instant transmission, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
100%.
So there was someone else, I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, so I'm just going to butcher it, but did not join the police force until the year after the murders, and his memorandum contains serious factual errors about possible suspects. Mary Jane Kelly is generally considered to be the Ripper's final victim, and it is assumed that the crimes ended because of the culprit's death, imprisonment, I can't even say that word right now.
Institutionalization.
Thank you. I could say it earlier, I just can't say it now apparently, or emigration. Which is interesting to me because I wasn't able to find the name of this person earlier, but I do remember back when I was taking history in school and we were discussing Jack the Ripper. I do remember my history teacher telling us of a doctor who moved away to America. Not long after he moved to America, very similar murders started happening there too. And I think Devil said he remembered something along those lines as well.
I do actually remember something along those lines.
Again, I couldn't. Apparently, he was one of the suspects. I can't find him like anything regarding that sort of thing. like even on the page that I'm on now, they're different. The suspects' names on here, you can only see 2 of the suspects' names. It doesn't give you the full list. And another page is the 5 most likely. So I think it's just kind of at this point it's very much on to series just on who was, you know, in the area around that time.
The easy suspects.
Yeah. The Whitechapel murders file details another 4 murders that occurred after the canonical 5. Those of Rose Myler, Alice Mackenzie, or Alice Mackenzie, the Pinchin Street torso. So that's not, it's not even given a name. They probably.
Oh, it's the torso. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's the Pinchin Street torso.
It's literally just the trunk of some person. Jeez.
Yeah, and Francis Coles. So I will go into these as well because, you know, I might as well. I'm here already. And maybe, obviously, this will help with our theories, whether these were a copycat, whether these were Padawan finally became the master, but not, you know, quite the same. I mean, even if you are teaching someone to sort of take over for you with murdering people, you're going to tell them to put their own spin on it. You know, you're not going to tell them just keep doing everything the exact same. But, or even if you do, this person's going to be like, no, I don't want to be known, I don't want to be under your shadow.
Yeah, exactly. Eventually they're going to want to make a name for themselves.
I want to make a name for myself, and I want to be seen as basically the same but slightly different.
I want to be seen as Jack the Ripper _1424.
Yeah.
Right.
But so the strangled body of 26-year-old Rose Myler was found in Clark's Yard High Street on the 20th of December 1888. So this is like a month after the final murder, or just over a month after the final murder in the canonical 5. There was no sign of a struggle, and the police believed that she had either accidentally hanged herself with her collar while in a drunken stupor or committed suicide. However, faint markings left by a cord on one side of her neck suggest Milet had been strangled. At the inquisite to Milet's death, the jury returned a verdict of murder.
Okay. So, here, this one in particular, I would have to say is, I feel like it's not even, it's probably not even connected.
Probably not, but at this point they were like, we just had like a bunch of fucking murders, like, you know, could this be?
But
it very well could have been. It could have been if we're going off of...
It could have been another case of like, maybe they almost got caught and had to take off.
Take a rush and...
I mean, to be fair, there's nothing to say that the canonical 5 weren't strangled as well. Because...
It would have been hard to tell with how their throats were cut, right?
Yeah, with how their throats were cut and how deep it was, I think it would be next to impossible to see any bruising or marks if they were strangled.
I saw something out there. I don't know.
Would that even matter
if...
Would that even matter if they're already dead? Like they're cut, sorry. Would that even matter if they got strangled or anything? Especially if they've been slashed, would that like bring anything else into play? I don't know.
I mean, the question would be, were they all strangled? Because, like, we wouldn't know if the previous ones had been, because they'd gotten to a point where they'd already been cut up. Like, this one could have been in an earlier stage, right? Like, they didn't even get to the knife yet, and they had to get out of there.
Also, I think... this is just basing it off of documentaries and TV shows and stuff that I've watched. But bruising can come out after death. So if you're strangled, they can still see the bruising and stuff because it is such a brutal thing to happen, and there's such a force going into it that the bruising will still come out even after death. But if you're throat has been cut that deeply, and they had said that it initially it was jagged up until the point where it was just so brutal that it had gone down to the spine that it didn't, you know, it didn't matter if it was jagged or not. It'd been cut down to the spine. That was the main point there. I don't think you would have been able to. It would either the skin had been severed before bruising had been able to start forming, or it was so done, it was jaggedly done to the point that you wouldn't be able to tell if there was bruising. So we wouldn't know if there was any.
The thing is that like
damage.
In order for a bruise to form, blood has to get trapped beneath the skin, right?
Yes.
So if the skin is wide the fuck open and all the blood is coming out, you're not gonna get a bruise. A bruise is not gonna form there.
I'm gonna need to move.
Yeah. And also, obviously, with strangulation, depending how hard it is, I do believe like the trachea can be damaged. But from how the murder is described, the cuts went beyond that anyway.
You wouldn't have been able to tell that either.
You wouldn't have been able to see if any parts inside were damaged. So it very well could be that they had been strangled as well, which would make sense as well. Like, you can't. Obviously, they don't really describe the crime scenes when they're outside. The only one they've really described or even showed a picture of is the most brutal one that was done indoors. But I think obviously you don't just instantly drop when your throat has been cut.
No, you suffer for quite a bit.
Yeah, and I think you would probably stagger around, which would risk them being caught at that point. Like, if someone just happened to be walking past the street that they stumbled into, you're screwed.
You're done.
You know? You're either going to get caught or you have to leave because they've stumbled out into the middle of the street where some people were still walking around.
I'm kind of thinking that maybe. I'm kind of thinking that with our thought process that there were two killers. I think we might have stumbled upon their jobs here. Like the first one, the first one was like the actual killer and was like actually like may as well have been like the London Strangler, basically just strangled the person to death. And then the second one was like a post-mortem butcher. Like all of that cutting and stuff happened after they were all.
Yeah, it would definitely make sense because I mean, like, I feel like you would have to pin them down and stuff to be able to cut their throat first. You would have to have some form of control over them to stop them from moving around. But at that point, they could scream, they could shout, they could, you know, do literally anything at that point. And if there's that many brutal murders going on, then, you know, the scream of a woman is going to catch someone's attention.
The other thing that I think is worth noting is that in none of the descriptions, at least if it was there, I missed it. They don't note arterial spray on the walls or anything like that in the area of the murder, which is something that absolutely would happen if you cut a living person's neck.
The only thing they describe is bodies themselves and the fact that they're either outside or inside. Obviously, the last one was inside, which is where they actually gave a picture of the body. Even in that picture, I can't see a spray anywhere. The blood is confined to the bed.
Which means the herb is not pumping when the throat is cut.
Yeah. Which would also mean, like, obviously, you wouldn't want that blood on you as well. Like, to cut someone, you'd get that either up your arm if you're doing it from behind, or you would get it over the front of you if you were doing it from the front. You know, it would make more sense to strangle them first.
Yeah.
Which obviously at that point does kind of make you think, you know, they could have potentially been strangled and this could have potentially been
the cleanest kill and or mutilation.
Yeah, and this could have been a part of those canonical 5, just no one believed it because there was no evidence that the others were strangled. You know?
I'm buying it more and more by the moment.
So this is Alice Mackenzie. So Alice Mackenzie was murdered shortly after midnight on the 17th of July in 1889. So this is like a long time after all of the other murders. In Castle Alley, Whitechapel, she had suffered 2 stab wounds to her neck, and her left carotid artery had been severed. Several minor bruises and cuts were found on her body, which also bore a 7-inch-long superficial wound extending from her breast to her navel. One of the examining pathologists, Thomas Bond, believed this to be a Ripper murder, though his colleague George Bagster Phillips, who had examined the bodies of 3 previous victims, disagreed. Opinions among writers are also divided between those who suspect Mackenzie's murderer copied the modus of Jack the Ripper to deflect the suspicion from himself, and those who ascribe this murder to be Jack the Ripper. I mean, they obviously don't go into as much detail here. Like, it doesn't say, like, because I think there was so many people who say, like, no, this can't be the same person. It's too different. There's nothing to say that he, again, wasn't interrupted somehow.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's what happened here.
Yeah.
You know, he could have been, again, leading up to that big kill, but, you know, he was interrupted again. But decided not to take too much, you know, too much of a risk by going for a second body that night.
Will make the most sense.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I'm amazed how much my own theories on the subject are changing the more we talk about it. Like
oh, this one's smart.
It's just connecting so many details.
See, this next one is a bit of a difficult one. So, the Pinchin Street torso was a decomposing headless torso of an unidentified woman aged between 30 and 40 discovered beneath a railway arch in Pinchin Street, Whitechapel.
Just a fucking just a trunk under some fucking subway. Wow.
1889. Bruising about the victim's back, hip, and arm indicated that this decedent had been extensively beaten shortly before her death. The victim's abdomen was also extensively mutilated, although wounded. She appeared to have been killed approximately 1 day prior to the discovery of her torso. The dismembered sections of the body are believed to have been transported to the railway arch hidden under an old ship.
Okay, so my initial take on this, when you drop the things big, my initial take on this is that this one's definitely not connected. Like, I don't feel like that is, like, it's not the right MO. It just isn't. It's not the right method either.
Part of it is because
the vicious eating and the bruising on the body is what throws me off. Like, the rest of it could be fun.
Yeah, it just says extensively beaten. Obviously, could have been just trying to hide the murder, but it's the abdomen being extensively mutilated to me kind of says you should have looked into how it was mutilated more, because if it is very similar cuts to previous victims, then maybe you do actually have some sort of connection here, and maybe the reason this is just a torso is because this particular victim could have led to the the Ripper being found out, like that maybe this was too close to his real identity that he had to hide it.
I don't know. This one in particular, I've always thought of as being a copycat. I see that there are like dots you can connect from Jack the Ripper to this one. It makes some sense. But the fact that the body was covered in bruises and stuff like that beforehand tells me that this was probably a crime of passion. And I don't feel like Jack the Ripper's behaviors were ever necessarily crimes of passion. Though passionate about it, it just feels like, honestly, it feels like somebody beat the crap out of their wife and then tried to cover it up. Yeah. That's the feel I get.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like if he's trying to cover it up, he wouldn't go to the extensive, like, dismembering her to the point that they only discover a torso. Because, I mean, also, if that is your wife, then your friends...
People are going to notice.
Family, yeah, your friends, your family, they're going to be like,
I haven't seen your wife in like 6 months. Where is she?
The Ripper got her. But that's what I'm saying, though, right? Is that the fact that you have this, this proximity to a situation like what was already going on there, gives you this out to say, oh well, must have been the Ripper, right? I really don't feel like this was
but they never. This torso is very clearly they were trying to hide the identity of this victim. Very clearly trying to hide the identity, which means that if you were just trying to blame it on the Ripper, then surely you would just do it exactly how the Ripper did, leave them in a street somewhere.
And then it would blame the Ripper.
Where you can still see your face, and then when the police come round, you act like, oh my god, that's...
Oh my god, my wife! Oh shit, dude!
Yeah, exactly. And then when people ask you, like, hey, your wife, just be like, it must have been the Ripper.
I suppose. I really don't. I just don't.
I don't think this was somebody's life.
Okay. That was more like an example. What I'm saying here is that like the method doesn't fit for me. Like all the bruising and stuff that doesn't fit anything previous that they had done. Right now, I have an issue with that.
The next one after this one very much could have been the Ripper. Very, very much could have been the Ripper. So, at 2:15 a.m. on the 13th of February, 1891, so again...
Wow, it's a long time afterwards.
So long afterwards at this point.
Shit.
E.C. Ernest Thompson discovered a 25-year-old prostitute named Frances Coles lying beneath a railway arch at Shallow Gardens. Again, railway arch is kind of a bit sus, you know, like with the torso, it's the same sort of MO there. But her throat had been deeply cut, but her body was not mutilated, leading some to believe Thompson had disturbed her assailant. Coles was still alive, although she had died before medical help could arrive.
Interesting.
This one.
No, see, this one couldn't finish the job, so I'm assuming. If that's the case, that one would have been.
Because she's still alive, that very much could have been Ripper, but it also because of the.
It doesn't really. Again, it's a little off of what we. That might be the same killer that.
It's not that far off.
We've kind of established at this point that like
all of the Ripper's victims were prostitutes, and they were all throat cut, right?
Yeah, no.
And
those details are flawed.
There was one instance where they could only get the throat cut before they were assumed what they could only assume as being interrupted, which was in the case of the double event where there was 2 victims in one night.
Yeah.
Because she was only found with her throat cut, they think that, you know, they'd been interrupted, something had happened, and they had to leave before they could finish the rest of it off, which is very much could have been the case with this one.
Maybe. But I thought we kind of established that we thought that these people were being strangled before they were having their throat cut.
This one never mentioned about whether they were strangled. Again, like with the canonical 5, where that was just a theory that we'd thrown out, where we said like we wouldn't be able to tell if they were strangled beforehand. We don't know if she was strangled beforehand. She could have been strangled and then sort of come to, or strangled to the point where she couldn't fight back. And she was a bit sort of confused, and then her throat cut, because it did say that she was alive, but died before medical help could get there. But they didn't say that she was alive and, conscious.
There.
But it does say a 53-year-old stoker, James Thomas Sadler, had earlier been seen drinking with Coles, and the two unknowns have argued approximately 3 hours before her death. Sadler was arrested by police and charged with her murder. He was briefly thought to be the Ripper, but was later discharged from court for lack of evidence. For alleged victims after that, I feel like that's just really reaching. So, with the suspects, I'm going to go off of the page that I'm on now and go to the 5 most likely Jack the Ripper suspects, because I mean, to be fair, this really does to me scream like these are sort of the 5 people that you would most likely definitely like. So you've got Montague John Druitt. Although there may not be any concrete scientific evidence against him, the fact that the Jack the Ripper murders in London's East End ended after Druitt's suicide, or alleged suicide, as we find out a little bit further on, convinced one London detective that Druitt was in fact Jack the Ripper himself. Montague John Druitt was an Oxford-educated man from a fairly good family, although some believed that he was sexually insane. He was born in Wimborne Minster, Dorset, and during his lifetime he once worked as an assistant schoolmaster in Blackheath, London. Many experts believe Druitt was behind the murders, as they are convinced that Jack the Ripper was a Whitechapel local. Druitt resided a few miles away from Whitechapel on the other side of the Thames. And he was also seen in the Whitechapel area around the time of the Jack the Ripper murders as well.
Makes him viable, for sure. He
On November...
He has the educational background as well, but I think would have been necessary.
On November 9th, 1888, 7 weeks after believed to be Jack the Ripper's final murder, Druitt's body was found floating in the Thames. Investigators believed that the cause of death was a suicide and that he had been at the bottom of the river for at least several weeks after the time of Mary Jane Kelly's murder. Now, some people also believe it could have been a drunken stupor or just fell into the Thames, but the police believe that it was a suicide.
I mean, we're talking about somebody that's like wealthy and intelligent, very likely knew how to swim.
So
I don't care how drunk I am. If I fall in water, I can swim out.
You can doggy paddle. You can doggy paddle. You can float. Something.
Yeah, I've done some drunk swimming in my lifetime.
Carl Feigenbaum is the next suspect. Okay, I'm probably butchering the name, but
who cares? Probably it's been like 100 years.
Yeah, it's fine. Another likely suspect behind... I'm just going to call him Carl from now on, okay?
That's fine.
We're on a first name basis, clearly.
Absolutely.
Fucking God.
Another likely suspect behind London's Jack the Ripper murders was the 54-year-old German merchant sailor Karl. Karl was known to be a psychopath who confessed to mutilating women, and even his own lawyer believed that his client was Jack the Ripper as well. Carl went by many aliases during his lifetime and was known to be working as a merchant on ships that had been docked near Whitechapel. Records prove that Carl was working in Whitechapel on every single date of the 5 Jack the Ripper murders in London's East End, and he and his co-workers were often seen at the nearby brothels as well. After Carl emigrated to America sometime around 1890, he was convicted of murdering a woman by the name of Juliana Hoffman.
Well, there you go.
And was sent to the electric chair for the crime. Experts also stated that there were striking similarities between London's Jack the Ripper murders and the slaying of Hoffman. So again, this is what we're talking about. I thought it was a doctor. I might have been wrong. It might have been this guy who was the sort of salesman, I guess. Ship merchant.
Just some random Joe Schmo.
Yeah, he went to America, murdered someone else where he was like he was arrested and convicted of that crime, and there was just striking similarities between that murder in America to the Jack the Ripper murders in London.
I mean,
also, if you remember when I was mentioning the cigarette salesman, it would make sense. Obviously, maybe him and his friends knew this guy, but they were too scared of him. Maybe this guy scared them. The sort of shabby look would work well. Like, obviously, if you're a merchant sailor, you're not going to be dressed very sort of.
You're not going to be a classy man.
Yeah, you're not going to be dressed in a classy, upperclassman way, which would, work with the witnesses who saw him in shabby clothing.
I agree.
And the fact that there was another murder that he was, he did this murder. There was no doubt about it. He did this murder, and there was striking similarities to it as well. Maybe he tried to go to America to recreate the same thing, but ultimately chose the wrong place with police who,
more smart.
A bit more, maybe, yeah, more smart.
More confident.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Okay, how long are we actually going to do this for? We set a timer?
There's only 3 more suspects we need to get.
And how long? Do we have an estimated time for that?
That won't take long, no. They're only small paragraphs, and it's mainly just bouncing theories off now.
Okay,
so the next one is Aaron Kosminski. Several highly esteemed police officers believe that the Polish barber Aaron Kosminski was behind the Jack the Ripper murders in London, and the fact that his mitochondrial DNA was found on Catherine Dow's shore certainly doesn't help this case. Kosminski was born sometime between 1864 and 1865 in Russia and settled in the early 1880s. Kosminski was Jewish and was living and working as a hairdresser in Whitechapel during the time of the Jack the Ripper murders. He apparently had a very strong hatred of women and had homicidal tendencies, and was even sent to an asylum in 1889, where he died shortly after. Police documents from the time of the Jack the Ripper murders revealed that the officials suspected a man by the name of Kosminski, although Aaron Kosminski wasn't pinpointed as the suspect until many years later. Again, this was sort of a theory that me and Devil had sort of bounced off each other earlier, where as a barber, you would be
pretty good with the blade.
Yep.
Pretty hard and steady with the blade,
Yeah. Like, if you're shaving people's face with a razor blade,
you can get pretty precise.
Yeah. So I think this one's actually pretty viable.
And then, obviously, again, with the whole thing found, the bloodied apron found in, like, the alleyway, and it had mentioned, like, the Jewish people. He is Jewish. You know, it very well could have been him that had done it. It very well could have been someone that knew he was the killer but didn't want to speak up, and that was their way of, you know, speaking out.
It's entirely possible.
That is entirely possible.
Yeah. The next suspect is Francis Craig. In recent years, many ripperologists have started believing that Mary Jane Kelly's husband, so she was the final victim, if you remember.
I'm sorry,
Mary Jane Kelly's husband.
Did you say ripperologist?
Ripperologist,
yeah, I know.
Yes. Yes.
Ripperologists, like, their whole job is to look into the Ripper murders, and honestly, that word makes me happy.
it kind of threw me off, like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
It's a whole ass band of science just for you.
Yeah.
Whole ass band of nerds just studying a killer.
But yeah, many of them believe the final, or who is believed to be the final victim of Jack the Ripper, her husband, was behind all the Jack the Ripper killings in London. Craig was working as a reporter at the time of the murders and was even covering the police courts and inquests on the Whitechapel murders, as well as other crimes in London East End. Craig was born in 1837, was the son of a well-known Victorian social reformer, and some people suggested that Craig was suffering from a mental illness, or more specifically, schizotypal personality disorder, which I'm assuming is just schizophrenia.
It's a form of schizophrenia.
Maybe
yeah. He lived in Whitechapel on Mile End Road, and which is just 7 minutes away from the final Jack the Ripper murder scene. And in 1984, he married Elizabeth Weston Davies, who is believed to have been a prostitute who went by the name of Mary Jane Kelly, Jack the Ripper's final victim. Theories suggest that once Craig discovered his wife was working as a prostitute, she went into hiding in the East End under the pseudonym. Craig started plotting her murder but disguised his involvement by killing other prostitutes in the area beforehand.
I'm having a hard time not thinking that that's
that could very well be, you know, sort of the motive there.
That's a hell of a lot of motive.
it's a very good motive as well. Jesus.
Yeah.
Or even just being, like, even if it wasn't he was trying to hide or disguise his involvement by murdering the other people, just murdering people who you would assume, like, obviously the women of the night, they sort of band together, they make friends with each other, they protect each other, because no one else is going to do it.
Yeah. They take out their protective circle first, and then
they can't say no to a man before or after he's paid, really, because it could be, you know, they could get beaten for it severely, you know. So they kind of band together to protect each other. You could take it as he was telling her, I'm coming for you, I'm killing your friends, and I'm coming for you.
Saving you as you're the flavor.
It could also be that you know, when he asked, will you do it, and one of the victims said, will you do it, and she said, yes, I will. Maybe he had threatened her into saying, will you show me where she lives, where she is, and she said yes, and then decided not to, and then he lashed out as well. Maybe he was trying to get answers, and every time they didn't give him answers, or couldn't, he murdered them for it.
that's entirely impossible too. You're basically just forcing the information out of them.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it past someone. If someone's able to murder someone and do it in this sort of fashion, there's not really anything that's too far-fetched of an idea as like motive-wise. This is the final suspect, I believe. In the book Portrait of a Killer, Jack the Ripper Case Closed, author Patricia Cornell pinpointed artist Walter Richard Sickert as the real Jack the Ripper, and even claimed to have found DNA evidence which linked Sickert to at least one of the Jack the Ripper letters. But even before her book, Sickert was believed to have been behind the Whitechapel murders since as far back as the 1970s. Sickert was born in Munich in
1970s.
And
It's about a time traveler.
1970s. Like just under 100 years, I think, if my maths right. After. So long after he would have been dead, this is where people started thinking, oh wait, do you know what? Maybe it could have been him.
You know what? Hunch. Call it a hunch. But this guy might have been Jack. Not gonna lie, might have been Jack.
Yeah. I mean, as an artist, you have a pretty steady hand. You might be able to, you know, pretty easily make those sort of decisions. I guess.
Fair.
Yeah. Sickert was born in Munich in 1860 and emigrated with his family to London in 1869. Sickert was known for painting prostitutes, and some believe that he used the insert clues and symbols about the Jack the Ripper murders into his artwork. Some experts suggest that the only clues are so similar to the actual crime scenes that only the true murderer could have painted them. It is also believed that Sickert was impotent after having several surgeries on his penis. Experts have always suggested that Jack the Ripper may have been some kind of may have had some kind of impotence problem, which is why he targeted prostitutes so violently. Many serial killers throughout history have been proven to be impotent or suffer from sexual problems, as the act of killing becomes their only means of sexual fulfillment.
I can understand getting a little bit frustrated if you can't get it up. I mean, that would frustrate anyone.
That would make me a little bit upset, but I mean, fucking hell.
I'm not gonna butcher somebody because I couldn't get it.
Like, I can't get laid. Holy shit! You know what? My neighbor's gonna die. I'm sorry.
Yep.
It's just gonna happen.
I gotta murder 5 people now because I can't get. Viagra doesn't exist yet.
It's just gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Cornwell also found mitochondrial DNA on several of Jack the Ripper's letters, which were a match to several letters written by Sickert, but it still wasn't enough to convince experts that Sickert was behind London's Jack the Ripper murders. Unfortunately, Sickert passed away in 1942 and took his many secrets to his grave.
I'm sorry, Liz.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You know, don't you just, you know, inexplicably want to straight up murder somebody when you can't get it up? Of course.
Of course. I would think for me it would be mostly myself, but...
Alright, here's the bullshit part.
I believe that the two most... the two most likely for me would be Carl Feigenbaum or Aaron Brzezinski. Like, obviously, yes, the artist could have done it, but I feel like they're just kind of reaching at that point for answers.
I like the barber as the primary suspect in this case.
Aaron Brzezinski.
Yeah. I think that's my primary suspect. I think that he would have probably been the teacher in the situation too.
Maybe two could have been working together.
Yeah.
They both had extreme, like, psychopathic tendencies, and they, you know.
Yeah, actually, we think that this was a two-person thing. So what if it was both of them?
Yeah. Very well. I mean, the fact that with Carl, the German merchant sailor, the fact that there was another woman after he moved to America who was murdered, and there was too many striking similarities, kind of says to me that he had something to do with it, with the London murders as well. But I also don't think he would have been acting alone. I don't think a German merchant sailor was...
So the thought process here, yeah, the barber was the master, and the merchant sailor was the battle.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And it kind of just went through like that. You know what? It's a good theory.
Yeah.
Alright, I
And
will
that,
find
my
with you.
friends, is the film theory. Yeah.
A film theory. And cut.
Lemon, what do you think? Well, if you have any thoughts on it, Lemon, what do you think?
I'm gonna be completely honest here. I wasn't paying too much attention. I was trying. No, just like reading all the scripts. Hold on a second. Some of the entire screenshot that I have right now. I was drawing this entire time because me personally, when I hear like stuff like true crime and people explaining stuff, I'm not the person who makes the theories. I'm the person who just sits and listens and has a good time listening to it. So I can't form opinions because I literally can't. I was not paying too much attention. I'm sorry. I was just enjoying listening. I'm not gonna lie. I sent it to Nubs.
Yeah, this is the part that's bullshit.
Yes.
I'm gonna.
That's a big boy.
I'm gonna say, yeah. I'm gonna stick with my theory on this. Barber was the primary ripper, and the merchant sailor was his pseudo assistant / kind of became his copycat after. I don't know. That's where I'm going with that.
Again, good theory.
Yeah, and the murders afterwards were just...
Yeah,
but it does give a pretty good picture of whether there was strangulation, even if that wasn't involved with, even if that was nothing to do with the original, like the Canonic 5, that there is that possibility that the Canonic 5 were still strangled beforehand, which I think...
I think it still makes some sense.
Yeah.
Well, alright.
Honestly, that's me done for the theories for now because my throat is killing me.
I'd imagine.
Very good. You did very well.
That's what they said.
Oh. Nice.
Hey guys, Small here. I'm the editor for Eldritch Echoes. I just wanted to say that unfortunately this part of the episode got corrupted and I haven't been able to recover it. So there's going to be a brief jump here to basically the outro. The cast was just kind of wrapping up on their final ideas at this point, so we're not really missing a whole bunch. But I'm going to send you off to the outro. With that said, back to the EE crew.
I will absolutely take any resource that you wish to offer me.
That's fair. Alright, and with that, the first episode of Eldritch Echoes comes to a close. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching us stumble. Thank you all for just existing, I guess. Love you all lots.
Just lurking, whatever.
We appreciate the lurkers, I see you lurkers.
And everybody enjoy the image of Lemon with Xenomorph.
No.
Or
yes. Yeah, you're gonna see that soon.
Yes, the penis mouth xenomorph.
You're welcome in advance.
I'm looking forward to that.
I am very much looking forward to that.
That's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, what do
I mean, aside from the fact that I love your art, hey, I mean, it's still going to be something that I would look up on Rule. Anyway.
Okay, now, do we have an outro? Does everyone have an outro? Does anyone have an outro?
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. We're gonna be out of here. We hope to see you again soon. We'll let you know. Keep an eye out for the shout-outs.
Yeah. Check in with us next week.
we'll see y'all next Friday because this was fucking awesome.
It was
For more spoopy season shit talk.
Oh yeah. stay sinning and stay spoopy, y'all.
Stay awesome, legends.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.